not the DM, but I am holding the position as if I was.
Wait, are we live?
Welcome. Yes, we're live.
Oh. Hi.
Oh my goodness, me not paying attention. Mika. It's okay.
Every
we
time.
love you and we cherish you. Welcome everybody to Roll D5. This is Candela Obscura Part 2. However, if you were here for Part 1, you'll notice that everybody looks different from the characters that we were playing. How bizarre. How bizarre. We'll get into that here in a moment, but we're going to do a quick round of introductions so you know exactly who your players are. As always, I am Erika. I'm the creator of Roll D5, and let's go around in a circle. Circle at least from my end. We're going to start with Danielle.
Hi. My name is Daniel, and I am here to play and have fun and do characters that are annoying, and today will not be the exception. I'm really happy to be here. Really excited for session 2 of Candela Obscura. I was so hyped after the last episode. Really great work out of everybody. So I'm really excited for what's gonna happen today, and to show off some of my one-trick pony horrible characters again.
It's true, you're very good at those, and we love them too. Let's go over to one of our special guests, which is M.
Hey, I'm M, also known sometimes as M the GM, Anthrama, or that nerd over there. I make content on the internet. I'll talk more about it later.
Yes. All right, and let's go over to Mika.
Sorry, I was just saying hi to Ra in the chat.
Oh, okay, I was like...
Hey everyone, I'm Mika. I do things like co-create Roll D5.
Yeah,
I'm... Hi.
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 I love it.
Hey.
You're testing out a new microphone tonight, so everyone sound off
Yes.
if Mika sounds great or totally mid.
Yes,
Look,
a new
I'm
microphone.
30. I'm allowed to
Does he have a
say
new,
stuff.
does he have a new emoji? Maybe?
Actually, yes, the sleigh emoji should have. We have 2 emojis that were just accepted. We've got the sleigh emote, and then we have Danielle's self-portrait.
Yeah.
So
Very
those
good, very
have
good.
both
Why
been
it look like this?
accepted. Yeah, it's
Why it look like
wonderful.
this?
It is fantastic. So, last but certainly not least, our guest GM, Jonny.
Hello, everyone. I am Jonny. I am the creator of Talking XP, and I am very excited to get this one started because this one is going to be good.
It is. It is all yours now. Take it
Alrighty.
away.
Well then, we start with a thematic intro. Thematic intro. There we go. As we find ourselves in a ticking room. It's extremely dark. We don't know exactly what's going on until we just begin to hear pitter-patter coming closer and closer. And then we hear the door slam open as this very low blue light shines into the room that we're standing in. And just in front of us, we see this giant black orb. This probably 1 foot in diameter, standing on a blank box. And we see this shadowy figure who was running before now stops and then begins approaching until their hand finally grabs onto it and places it inside of their coat as they turn around, leaving the door open as they run. We now come back to the present as we have all of our beautiful players and characters sitting on a train. Each of you are heading towards Tottergrass, with your Lightkeeper in tow as well. Currently, you are bringing all of yourselves to Tottergrass so that you can arrive in the nearby lighthouse that is there. You were told that there was some sort of a mission that you needed to investigate, and you know that you are going to the fourth Pharos, and in order to get there, you have to go through a thinning. So you packed your bags and were told to pack the anti-bleed suits, which of course all of you did. But we'll start with, who is the person sitting just next to your lightkeeper?
I will be.
Alrighty. What do we see as we see you sitting just next to this younger man in his curly hair? He has like a nice mustache and very well dressed. He's looking out the window and you're sitting right next to him. What do we see?
You see a woman, probably early 30s. Her hair is short and almost iridescent, depending on what lighting and angle you're looking at her from. It can range anywhere from a white color to purple, silver, blue, which is kind of why it's inspired by my hair. So it kind of depends on where you're looking at to see if it's really her. She's got what appears to be a prominent scar by her eye and eyebrows. It looks fresh. So this is a recent thing that she's gotten, but she's not told anyone why. She is sitting calmly with her legs crossed, with her hands over each other, just gazing out the window, taking in the view. She is also rather tall, so she's almost a little bit squished in the chair.
All right. You see as your lightkeeper, everyone knows him as the Butcher, but Anthony Greaves. You can see that he's watching out the window, contemplating what is to come. And he just lets out this deep sigh. Next. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to have her say something.
Yeah. Oh, no, go ahead.
That is quite the deep sigh.
Yes, Naomi had called each of us specifically, and I don't quite know why. Naomi is the, curator, leader of the Fourth Pharos, so a very big figure in Candela.
Well, I assume if they're going to call us, it's going to be something important or something only we can solve. So but at least, obviously maintain very healthy suspicion, please. As I will be as well, but don't worry, I've always got your back.
Of course. As we begin to pan away from there, we start to look back towards the rest of the train car, and we start to look at what Emma is doing. Where's Emma on this train car?
Oh, Emma is lounging, dear. Lounging in a seat, one foot kicked up over the edge and dangling into the walkway. A bit inconvenient, but such is the price of fabulousness. She has an arm cocked up and she's practicing as hard as she can to flip a coin over her fingers again and again, but she keeps dropping it. Quite frustrating.
Okay. Is there anybody sitting next to Emma?
It's quite possible.
I think it's lemon sour.
Perfect.
Because we talked, Emma and I talked about this a little bit, that Emma is intrigued by lemon sour's artistry. And so a little annoyed, lemon sour is sitting there. He brought his own little whiskey cup with him. He's sipping. And then with the other hand, he's sketching the everyone else on the train. And he's just very la-di-da, trying to play it off like, oh, I'm whimsical. I don't need No, I don't need anyone to pay attention to me. I'm just doing my thing. And in reality, he wants everyone's eyes to be on him.
Of course. All right. And finally, where is Evander?
Evander is probably on the last seat at the back of the car. Just trying to stay the hell away from all of these people. But before you actually see how Evander's looks like, you only see how his butt looks like because he's hanging out from the window, barfing. And then this 23-year-old, almost like redhead, almost golden but redhead, with two very inelegant pieces of mustache, turns back into his seat, just like hits the back of the car and says, "Oh, I hate drinks. I hate drinks."
You see the butcher turning around. Oh, God.
Hey.
This is one of the reasons why. Are you okay?
I'm not. I told you I hated trains. I didn't want to come.
We're almost there.
Okay.
So,
Lemon definitely drew Evander throwing up.
love it.
Quite
it's a nice
amusing,
little
love.
sketch in the corner.
You don't have those sketches published on social media by the end of tomorrow, I will be coming after you.
Oh, I should grab a sketchbook then.
Yeah.
Break time.
All right. And sure enough, it is very close to the end. Powdergrass isn't too far from New Fair, and thankfully with the invention / greatness of train transportation, you are there in a matter of minutes. As you finally come to a stop, you see the rest of the folks standing up and leaving their seats, each of you staying behind until finally all of you gather around and leave the train car yourselves as a group. You walk about 5 minutes of a walk. This lighthouse is already in sight. You can see the light shining every so often. Even though it's daytime, you can still see that bright orange light that comes from it. And outside of there, you see there is a woman that is in her 40s, dark skin. You could see that she has a set of glasses that are at the very base of her nose. You can see that she's reading a book as she's standing and waiting until she finally sees you all coming and looks over the glasses, closes the book. Ah, you're finally here. I've been waiting for you. The Butcher of New Fair. You see him just kind of uncomfortably looking. Yes, Francine, it is good to see you. If you wouldn't mind, we have quite important business ahead of us.
They have important business.
I see. Well, follow me then. As she turns around and opens the door, you all begin to hear this ticking sound as you enter in. This lighthouse that you're standing in, you can see that there are multiple different types of astrolabes all around. You can see that there is a secret doorway, or stairway, sorry, that goes down beneath the main floor of this lighthouse. That's already opened, expecting each of you to have entered.
May Evander play with an astrolabe? With ding, ding.
You see the butcher, he's about to like say something, and she's, "Do not touch that.
It's shiny.
It is extremely important that that stays moving. I thought that you would have at least taught these people manners."
Oh,
And-
we've tried. I
Evander-
don't know why they've been selected for this mission. We're trying to keep our dog on its leash, but it doesn't always work.
Hey.
Evander, I for one am proud of you for finding beauty and
Yes.
experiencing it.
Do you hear how shiny this? Do you see how shiny these things are? Lemon, you could paint those.
Emma,
I could.
you and I will
Maybe
be
I
the
shall.
only ones.
Oh, well, I'm sorry, dear, but I happen to agree with Evander for once. They shouldn't leave things in touching range if they don't want them to be touched.
You know, how about you just follow me then? And she starts
Oh,
making her way
sure.
down the stairway, and you just see your lightkeeper, Anthony, just like, get your shit together, guys. Come on. Giving you the
My
eyes.
shit is together.
Right, fine. Just no problems, please.
What a rude person.
You all begin to
I don't think
follow
I know how to
her.
whisper.
You follow her down the stairway, and you find a large astrolabe here. There is a large opening that is created as this starts to stop. You see, as the astrolabe, there are multiple spinning parts to this astrolabe, but as she presses into this button mechanism, you can see that all of them slowly stop on the very left-hand side of this circle, creating this large opening where you see a entrance into the center of the lighthouse. And there you begin to see this rippling as a thinning begins to open, just ever so slightly. Well, there is your opening. Have
What?
fun. And you see
We're not
Right.
going in that.
Anthony.
Can I talk?
Have you not? Yes, please.
This
go.
one you can.
I would like
Yes.
to go behind Evander and push him in.
Great.
I was thinking
Evander.
the same thing.
Let's see.
Both of them at the same time, please.
Yeah.
Yep.
We'll have whoever of you has a better strike roll, go for it. And the
Ooh,
stakes are
okay.
very
Just
low,
one.
so
I don't have a ticket strike.
I guess it's me.
I guess it's you. I see you going for it, and I'm like,
Right.
I'll say you get a free dice. No drive needed.
okay. Go.
5.
It's 5. Okay.
Oh, thought we were rolling against each other for a second. My bad.
5. So, yes, Evander, you get, as you're about to touch this thing, you feel yourself get pushed inside of this thinning. And what you see is quite incredible. You... So, two things. First off, you have to put on the anti-bleed suits. So you have to put that on. But second, as you push through, you see that there are multiple, like this spectrum of colors in front of you, of orange and red and purple. You see these clouds circling around you. You see dark figures far in the distance. They have parts following them, like almost like jellyfish type creatures. You can see black dripping forms. You swear you see a sailing ship floating far off in the distance until you feel yourself get ripped back out. I'll say you take 1 bleed from this. But Anthony pulls, not yet. Please, everyone, put on your bleed suits. And the bleed suits,
Inside that, please?
We are
is worse than Lemon's Heart.
We are going there
There's
to
a
a
reason I pushed
different
you in.
place. There is a different place that we are going, and we are going protected in these suits. And you see him opening up his suitcase where,
They're so uncomfortable.
yep, it is a very uncomfortable suit. You see that this is very much like that very old-timey gas mask, completely covered jumpsuit. Like, this is supposed to keep bleed off of you, at least for a moment.
As I'm
Go
putting
ahead.
on the suit, I would turn to Lemon and go like, "Do you remember those mushrooms you brought once?
The mushrooms.
Yeah, the mushrooms you gave me because you thought it was gonna be fun."
It was fun. What did you see? Tell me. You never
Well,
told me what you saw.
It was very similar. You're gonna see it in a second when you put this horrible thing up.
Lovely. I'm going to paint flowers on mine.
Fantastic, yes. And it looks so beautiful. You have great flowers completely surrounding the outside of this. Of course, leaving the 2 glass eyes unpainted so that you can walk around. But you all take a
I
moment.
paint them rose-colored.
Great. So you now
Everything's
have
a rose-colored. No, I don't.
perfect, because you would have had disadvantage type stuff for like perceiving stuff. That would have been so good. Especially now that like everything is already rose type colored in there. It would have been great. But you take a few moments finding your private spots to change until finally you all regroup. You are now ready to enter the thinning, in which each of you, one by one, finds this same beautiful landscape. You find that same orange and red and purple, and you find this dirt path that leads up to where you find a large structure, the 4th Pharos, a lighthouse, the biggest of its kind. You find this giant, towering, almost, it's stone mixed with metal, as you begin to see all of these astrolabes completely surrounding the outside of it. You see this large of this white light that circles around. You also see these far distant figures floating in the air far, far away. You see this central astrolabe that is at the base of this lighthouse that seems to be the biggest of all of them, that is just very slowly turning, with dozens of others just slowly turning on top of it as well. You also see this like black ash that is slowly falling down, almost like snow. And of course, just like any lighthouse, you hear that ticking noise, though through your helm, this gas mask that you're wearing. But following your lightkeeper, you walk down this dark gravel road until you approach this large lighthouse. Is there anything that you guys would like to do in this situation as you're walking up to it?
I have a feeling that either Lemon or Evander is going to try and go up first. So I'm going to kind of like squish my way between them and get there before they do.
Okay.
Oh no, I'm behind because I'm
Okay.
taking a sketch.
Yeah.
Perfect.
This
It's
is
like
This is exactly what Evander was saying. This is like being just high out of your mind. This is something that you just couldn't even comprehend outside of the real world.
Pull yourself together.
Yes. You all now come to the entrance into the Fourth Pharos. You can see that the large astrolabe is just above this central doorway that is metal and locked currently. However, as your lightkeeper comes to the door, he knocks, and you see this as this push of air comes out of it, and the door then lifts up, and you are able to enter in. You can see that there is another door on this short hallway of sorts, almost like an airlock. As you all enter in, it closes behind you, and then you just hear as it seems to be taking out whatever excess bleed was inside of this room and pushing it back out. As this other door opens up and you see inside. Moreover, you hear that ticking sound that is just almost like an avalanche of sound. And it gets into your mind almost with just the tick, 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 the hundreds of different ticking all around you. You see people walking back and forth. It seems to be that this level is very much a library. You can see that there are many books and desks with lights and this large spiraling staircase that goes up very far. You also see that this staircase also continues downwards. However, you do not go up nor down as your lightkeeper brings you directly to the end of this level, where you see there is a large opened archway. This is where Naomi has her office. So you enter into here. Here you find this beautiful office with a central depression.
Sorry.
You're good. No, yes, so you see this office that has this central depression of like a round table almost within it, where many discussions can be had. But more importantly, you see this large window that sees outside of the lighthouse, where you see the swirl of clouds of red, orange, purple, greens and blues, and standing just in front of there, you find Naomi. You see that she has darker skin, long braided hair that comes into a ponytail with some of them like kind of hanging in front of her. You can see that she has tattoos covering up her neck and this bull ring on her septum, right? Septum piercing.
Yeah.
She's about mid-40s, but she's just standing there in like this power pose, watching outside. And then, of course, your lightkeeper. She doesn't move. Thank you for coming.
Welcome.
Thank you for inviting us to your lovely abode.
Yeah.
I wish that there
Absolutely
were
stunning.
better circumstances as to have invited you here. However,
Are there
Yeah.
ever any good
Do you
ones?
have any for the ears? Those ticking sounds are making me pretty crazy.
you'll get used to it.
Please ignore Evander. As much as you can, at least. The more attention, the more wild.
Evander, go pose over there and I'll dry you.
With my ears like this, or
Yes,
without?
go over there. All right,
So-
he's out of our hair for a minute.
She turns around finally. Thank you. Anthony. Naomi.
Emma
Well-
Fairfitz.
Ah, yes. Proper introductions are in order. I am Naomi. I am the curator of the Fourth Pharos. And I believe I've already read your files, but please introduce yourselves.
Oh, sure. Today, I am Evelyn. Here to assist for anything you need. I, basically have a lot of connections in dark places. If you happen to need any services, I can provide. If for some reason you're missing $470, I know exactly who stole it.
Not $470, but missing something. But we'll get to that. And then looks over to you, Emma.
The name is Emma Fairfitz. I am an up-and-coming magician. I am well known if you're in the right circles. I will take off any day now. So the next show, I will send you an invitation. You must attend.
Might be the only one, but at least you'll be there.
Evelyn, please. This is my new best friend, Naomi.
Oh, no.
Hi.
Best friends. That is quite quick.
I have many best friends, dear.
I would love to have your expertise in speaking with people on this team. And you, looking over to Lemon?
I am Lemon Sour, the artiste, in search of beauty and youth.
Right. And we already know that one over there, as she looks over to Evander.
Yeah, Evander. And he's like reluctant to say it. Songbird. My aunt gave me this job.
What? Oh,
Nepo
nepotism.
baby.
I love it. I hate it.
It's not it's complicated, you know? Just because she was a fancy librarian, I thought I was gonna put in and out some books, and now I'm doing strange things. You probably remember his aunt.
Yes. Veronica. Well,
Yeah, I don't know where she's been to. I think she went somewhere.
I see. Well, that is unimportant, as we have tasks ahead. Anthony, would you mind following me as we delve into the vaults below? And he just silently nods. As you begin to step down these stairs following Naomi, where you find every so often another floor where it opens up and you just see doors, closed doors, and this like fluorescent light, kind of. This very dark, warehousey type feel here. You can see that there are guards dressed in those same anti-bleed suits that are patrolling back and forth down these vaults. You can tell that there is security quite a lot now. Usually, if any of you had ever been to the Fourth Pharos, which is unlikely, they don't usually have a lot of security here. So it seems like they've definitely bumped it up. You go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different levels until you're at, you can tell that the stairs still go down, but it is very low under the ground that you had walked to the lighthouse.
Emma, I'm tired.
Does
What
he
did I
ever
tell you about
stop?
being silent while you pose for me?
I'm not posing, I'm walking. I was talking to Emma.
No, it's still a pose. I'm drawing you mid-motion. I'm just waiting for the perfect walk.
That perfect walk is Emma. She bounces down the stairs like a feather on the wind, just constantly in a state of showmanship as she skips downwards. over and over and over again, and she just tosses a little smile to Evander when he says he's tired. Well, you must find your light, dear. If you don't want to be tired, let it carry you forward. And I'll do a little sparkle with my hands.
Can't
Lemon will never
Evelyn
admit that.
carry me?
What was that?
Can't Evelyn carry me forward?
Lemon will never admit that truly Emma has the walk he's looking for.
Yes! Yes!
Look, Panda, I'm not going to carry you. I may be the mother of the group, but I'm not. I'm not. No, wait, I want to say that again. I may be the mummy of the group, but I'm not your mother. Right?
You see Evander's face like crumple. Mentioning his mother is not something he likes. And probably Evelyn knows it. And it was like, I'll walk, okay?
You will walk.
I think he wants you to step on him. Maybe if you just kick him down the stairs.
I don't have the right shoes for stepping on anybody's necks right now, though it is something I do enjoy.
Oh
Although
my.
that's another subject for another time. Let's keep walking. Or I do push someone down the stairs for fun.
And so, you come to this basement level 5, where you see that there are more than the usual 2. There are 4 different guards here that are just kind of keeping watch. 2 of them making their patrol, but 2 of them just outside of a door. And of course, that is the door that you are going to. You see as Naomi approaches this door, the guards that see her coming go at full attention as they are, kind of slouching before, but now they are stiff and they are at attention with her coming towards them. They don't want to get in trouble. So, she walks up, her hands behind her back in a very, regale way, and just looks at them. Please, open the doors. And one of the guards just nods and then opens the door. You can see that it opens inside where he turns the knob, throws it in, and then kind of trips up on himself as he comes back to standing just outside, and then nods. Okay. And she just walks inside. You find in here this black box with a stand, this metallic, deep cast iron stand. It has 3 different prongs on it. And there was something that was supposed to be here, but is no longer.
As we walk in, Evelyn's the one that tripped up on himself, she's just gonna boop him on the nose and walk by.
Doesn't do anything, just keeps looking forward.
Lemon Sour's also going to boop him on the nose.
Just a walk of boops.
He kind of looks back towards Naomi.
Walk and not boop them on the nose.
Emma won't boop, but she'll grab him by the jaw and plant a kiss on his cheek.
Oh.
You can see that
And a
he's
little
definitely
wink.
flustered now,
Sorry, everyone else got to be a little bit special. I wanted to stand out. And I'll slip inside and take in this strange object in the middle of the room. It does appear that something is supposed to be here. Were you going to show me that thing, or is that what we're looking for?
Oh, that was beautiful.
Is this a fetch quest?
If they were
Yes.
to show us theirs, we have to show them ours.
I don't know what that means, but I will say no.
Yes, please say no
Fetch
to that.
Fetch quests are usually the ones that get you more tired because you have to walk everywhere.
Evander, please. Naomi, my new best friend, was about to tell me something very important.
Please, close the door.
Well, if you insist, I'll shut it.
Closing the door behind you. All right. Listen, I have to keep up appearances, but this item as she points over towards this stand, is most dangerous. I understand that this might not be the most exciting thing for each of you to be doing. However, I called in a favor. This needs to be kept only within the Fourth Follows. Anyone here is the only one that can know about this. And even more so, anybody on the first level and up cannot know.
Right?
We are missing a quite dangerous item. This used to have a orb that, if used properly, could tear open thinnings.
Oh.
Which is
Oh.
obviously not what we want.
Okay.
That being said, I don't quite have any leads as to who might have done this. As I said, I want to keep this under wraps, so asking questions isn't quite covert.
I do have some questions you may be able to answer. Do you mind?
Absolutely.
When did you first notice it went missing?
Well, we noticed that it was missing when one of the guards that does a regular patrol had seen that the door was open. It was a few days ago, 3 days ago.
That was a little bit sloppy.
My other... You could...
I don't quite know how it happened either. It does feel very sloppy. You are absolutely right.
Can I
Well-
roll read when she says she doesn't know how it happened?
Sure. Absolutely. While you do that, Evelyn.
Yes, did you... I'm sure you did and you've covered your bases, but you know where I'm from, so I must do the same. Did you interrogate your guards, search their homes, make sure they were
Yes.
clean? All
The
right.
guards themselves have not left. We have not
Excellent.
allowed them to leave, and we have checked all of their personal belongings.
All right.
None of them have.
I figured as much, but just in case.
Of course, no. That is why I brought each of you here, is to help me
Right.
with this investigation. Lemon, what did you get?
6.
A 6. Wow. You can tell that she has some suspicions, but she hasn't brought them forward yet. It's almost like she wants to see what you guys come up with before she brings in her own information.
One of the things y'all would know, and the reason you put up with this nasty individual, is because he's very good at getting information out of people. And he's very good at getting connections out of people. So Evander will probably not do absolute shit and have any initiative, but if you put him in the investigations way and force him to ask people questions, he will do it and get you that information. He's very good at it. He's just very lazy. And that's why you brought him along. That's why you put up with all of his antics. He's just good at getting information out of people.
In that case, Evelyn is going to gently push you forward as she walks past you to take a look at the area that's been affected.
Absolutely. So then while you do we'll do survey roll, Evander, you're pushed forward and forced into this situation. What do you want to do?
So I do have 2 dice on survey and gilded dice on survey. So
Okay.
I'll probably
So then are you
use-
aiding with the survey then?
Well, if Evelyn just got me into a position to sway this lady a little bit more, then I would use my open book specialty
Okay.
That says you can get people to open up to you very quickly. When you attempt to connect with others by sharing something deeply personal, add your cunning resistance to a sway roll. So I'm just gonna do a sway roll with my resistance.
Okay.
And go to what's her name?
Naomi.
Best Naomi. Okay, Naomi. Oh, I can tell that there's something you're not telling us. And I turn to Evelyn to be like, is that what you want? More information.
Emma will
Everyone's
step
gonna
forward
give
at
a little
this.
golf clap.
Emma will drop an arm around Evander's shoulder and give Naomi her best friend smile. See, Evander is right. I do agree. There is something you haven't told us, darling, and the sooner we can get on the same page, the sooner we can solve this little disappearing act of yours. And I'll give you an assist with that.
And you see, Miss Naomi, because I have to share a deeply personal detail for no reason.
Yeah.
You see, Miss Naomi, I don't want to be here. Honestly, I just want this to be over fast enough. I was a very sad kid. My parents were in Round Notch. So every time that I get drawn into this type of missions, it reminds me of how lonely I was at my room. And this is a very lonely room, So if you have any information you can give us, I know my friends will appreciate it.
Go ahead and do a sway roll then.
Good. So that's 3 plus my 3 plus my resistance, 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
Plus my assist, right?
Yeah, I'm counting yours.
Is resistance a reroll?
Yes, but using his ability that he has as the journalist, he's able to add his resistance to this roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's another 6.
Another 6. Wow. Okay. So as you're talking to Naomi, Evelyn, what did you roll on your survey?
Okay. I got a 2, but I did get a 6 on my what's its die.
Gilded?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. Almost at the same time, Naomi is talking and saying, well, I wanted to see what you could do before bringing this information forward. And as she's saying that, Evelyn, you are searching around this small, 10 by 10 foot room, this central box that's holding this pedestal. You're looking around it to find any sort of evidence. Looking here, you don't find any until you start looking back towards the path of the doorway. You see that there are boot prints leaving. More importantly, there's boot prints with a non-dark, you could see that there's sediment on these boots, which means that they probably came from outside of the Fourth Pharos. Not only that, you also find there is a watch that is just behind where the door opens up, and you didn't see when you first had come in. It was hidden behind there, and finally you turn around and you find that there is a small watch that is there, a pocket watch. Picking it up, as she is saying, I wanted to see what you were able to do, and then you holding up this watch. Perfect. Well, some context. This is the pocket watch of Jasper. Jasper was the one that was supposed to be taking watch of this level.
Right. So
However,
someone's been taken.
Yes. Unless they are the person that took this. We're not entirely sure.
What do you suspect, lady?
Why would they leave it behind?
Don't give us
evidence.
some context. Give us all the context.
At this point, I feel that it is too early to make any assumptions.
I told you of my childhood.
However, I do believe that this is related to the increasing cult activity that we have seen outside of the Fourth Pharos, but more importantly in New Fair.
They've really been bothering my men, and I don't appreciate it.
Their goals are understandable, to create Oblivion and level the playing field. I don't quite know exactly how they're going to achieve that with this orb, but obviously we cannot have them in possession of such a dangerous item. So, we know the whereabouts of Jasper's studio apartment. We will give you the address so that when you return to New Fair, you can find him there, hopefully. And hopefully it's not too late.
It might be. It's been, 2-3 days?
Yes. Unfortunately, since Jasper was the one that was keeping watch here, it went under our radar for far too long.
Lemon, will you come here for a moment?
Lemon walks over.
Would you mind sketching out this remaining shoe?
He already has.
It's true, I have.
Beautiful. It may have been from a supposed suspect or kidnappee, but better safe than sorry to have it.
Naomi, do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Absolutely.
And despite Emma's very frivolous nature, she has worked with the Circle for many, many years. She's lived with them since she was a child, so she gets right down to business, and some of her extraness fades out. How long have you known Jasper? Do you think that he's capable of such a thing?
Known him for a few years. I can't say if he would be capable of something like this. He's usually very timid.
Mm. What does he look like?
He's a young boy. He has...
Boy?
Not boy, but he's in his, early 20s, is what I mean.
My early 20s. You would not leave this room to me.
Your special instance, Evander.
And she just, looks to Emma. You are a boy. Anyways, he has shorter hair that he usually keeps combed, but now that I'm looking back at everything, I did see that it was quite unkempt the past couple weeks that he has been here. I never
Perhaps
asked.
he fell into some extenuating circumstances.
Which
people can be
bring
pressured
motive.
into things, especially when they're young.
I can put some feelers out to some of my men in the field, see if this person is recognizable amongst at least a few of the more popular syndicates.
I'd be happy to help you with that.
Beautiful.
Another question. This shoe that Lemon has sketched out, does that appear to be his foot size? Would you know that?
I wouldn't know his foot size,
What about
unfortunately,
his
but
shoe
that
type?
is the regiment boots that we give our guards, so that is quite a good catch. I didn't see that the first time.
It's also quite possible that somebody infiltrated as well. It's going
That
to
is
be an
another
interesting
possibility.
angle, so we'll keep that in mind.
It is very
Naomi.
possible that, as you said before, Jasper is kidnapped and being made to look as a scapegoat in this situation. Either
If
way,
we
I
are to
hope he's okay.
Of course. If we are to find this Jasper, what do you want us to do with him if he is indeed involved in illicit activities?
Basically, immediate capture, maybe some interrogation.
Or paint him.
Sorry.
Lemon's gonna
Actually,
probably paint him.
Evelyn, that is along the lines that I was thinking. Capturing him, interrogating, finding out
Right.
where this item
And
is.
you do have suspicions about him. Capturing is not something you do to a nice person.
It doesn't
Correct.
matter whether they're a suspect, whether they are good or bad, is something we don't know yet. So it's best to keep them within our grasp.
Yes.
Sometimes at any means.
Guilty until proven.
Still proven innocent, at least within my circle. Well, technically not circle, but within my area of expertise.
And with such a dangerous item out there somewhere, yes, any suspect that we have will be of most importance to get every bit of information from.
My ideas.
Good.
Well
Is it a
then,
game of foot?
Not in this particular instance, no.
Oh,
Unless it's a
There is a
heel,
foot
then
involved.
you
I-
could stab
clever.
it.
quite clever indeed. Well then, Naomi, is there any other information you wish to give to us before we start investigating your little problem here?
Your little mishap.
As far as I know, that is about where we stand. As you can see, we have upped the security so that we can fix our mistakes. I believe that we were too complacent in our old ways, so now we will make sure to fix it. That being said, we will depend on each of you quite a lot in the next few hours, days, hopefully not, but weeks. Hopefully not.
Final question for you, Naomi, and then we shall get out of your hair and off into your wasteland of colors. Does Jasper have anyone that he's particularly close to that he's mentioned before?
Unfortunately, I do not know Jasper well enough to have talked to him about who he is close to and things of that nature.
Unfortunate. Does he have any friends amongst the other guards?
Possibly.
Don't worry, Emma.
We should
You know what I'm
start
gonna-
with that
You know what I'm
guard.
gonna say? I know a guy.
How well does this position he had pay? No, there's because if I put out an ad for say I'm in need of a model and I put out his exact description, if he were a bit low on funds, maybe he might show up for the money.
We take care of resources. It is not a matter of pay, it is a matter of sustenance that we take care of. And what everyone does outside of this is up to them. We have shifts almost where you stay for a certain period of time, and then your room, board, anything that you need is taken care of.
Oh, that is a good idea, though. Emma, I think we should start with that guard outside that was a bit friendly. See if they may know something or saw
I-
something.
My pleasure.
That one is all yours, darling.
Good.
I'll sit back and listen.
So, she looks around. Is that all?
At least for now.
Good.
But I think we have extinguished a lot of questions that we had in mind. So I think it's time for us to get started.
All right. Well, I will wait for your updates then. Of course, through your Lightkeeper. And you see that she looks over to him and he kind of like looks up. Well, I hope that all of you do well. I'm going to stay back a while. I have some things to talk about with Naomi.
Okay.
Apologize for us in advance.
Things
Will
to
do.
talk about.
I love talking about things, but I'll leave you to your conversation and go find my own, if you know what I mean.
Thank you.
I
Are
have
you
a
all blind
question.
something?
No, Evander, of course not, you imbecile. Come with me and let them speak to each other in private.
Yes.
Okay.
And I have a question.
Yes.
I want to listen at the door. What would
To the
be
guard?
the best?
Sure.
Well, no, listen.
Oh, you want to listen
the two inside.
to the inside. Got it. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and do a survey roll.
Okay. That's two.
I'm
Okay.
going to give you one of my drives
Okay.
to help with that.
Perfect. Fantastic.
Little did Jonny know that he was coming onto a channel that needs all the tea.
Right?
Oh, for sure. We need all the tea.
We
Okay.
enjoy the kiki.
The highest roll was a 5.
5. Okay. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Okay.
Yes.
So, inside, you hear, like, the guard kind of looks over at you, but, like, whatever, as obviously his attention is elsewhere, where Emma comes into that conversation. But,
Sitting
Evelyn,
gently,
as you're,
just-
of course, yeah, as you're listening inside, you hear a conversation between the two of them. You hear Naomi just, you could have at least visited a few times. Yes, I know, but I have duties in the Dawn Market. She's like, yes, you have duties, but you could have at least given me the common decency to at least come here instead of a fucking letter. Yes, I understand. I guess I was afraid of what it might look like being a Lightkeeper outside of the Fourth Pharos. I don't know. It is fine. I have moved on. I just was disappointed. That's all. And then you don't hear anything.
No other noises?
And then you hear you, as you're like listening in a little bit closer, the door opens up. And you see Naomi just there.
Sorry, I was leaning on the door while I'm watching a little interrogation over here.
Go ahead and do a sway roll. Because that was supposed to be your cost, but if you could get out of it like this, that's totally fine.
Oh, I got another 5. It was a 2 and a 5.
Got it. I see. And you see the guard. No, she wasn't. She was listening. Thank you. Good day. As she pushes past you, and then you see her beginning to ascend these circular stairs. And you just see your Lightkeeper, very very red. Just at the idea that you had heard what they were talking about.
I did not hear a thing.
Right.
I would turn otherwise to the snitch guard.
Oh, I'm
Sure,
turning
of
my
course.
attention there right now.
Yeah, I would be like, since you're very open to speaking about what other people do, are you okay if we ask you a few questions?
Because
Let's
if,
learn about your life.
I turn
because-
to Evelyn. Everything that Evander does needs to like ask permission from Evelyn. It's like,
that's fine. Let me say one thing. Because if you don't tell us exactly what we need, and in the way that I want it to be done, I will ruin your life.
Have
It
you
is
ever
that
done nude
cannot
modeling?
imagine. Lemon, shut the fuck up.
And you see
I'm trying to intimidate.
Anthony in the back. She'll fucking kill you if you don't answer right.
In very creative ways. Anthony's seen it. Have you ever heard of the Pair of Anguish? I've been dying to use that lately.
Do a sway roll. I'll give you an
Okay.
additional die because that was fucking terrifying.
Thank you. 2 4s and a 3.
What do you want to know?
Ask away, Evander, Emma, Lemon. Lemon, you should probably sketch this, though, or at least take notes.
well, you
Oh,
Okay.
and no, I haven't, as he looks over to Levin.
probably walk.
Would you
with-
like to? I'm
No.
sorry, continue.
Lemon? Is this the right place?
Coward.
To be? Is this the right place to be thinking about naked people?
There's always a place to think about naked people.
Okay.
Nudity is beauty.
That's
There's
what you
nothing to be
told me.
ashamed of.
That's what you told me once, and I was ashamed anyway. So,
Gender questions.
okay, questions. Mr. Anthony, the guard. Jasper. What's the tea? What about him? Where's
Jasper.
he? We know
Right.
where he lives, but anything else?
He was acting rather odd in the last few days that he was here.
Odd in
Naomi-
the lemon kind of way, or in the Evelyn kind of way?
Neither. I would say he was more, skittish, dodgy.
Hmm.
He came to work. We have bunks here, but he would come to work with, his suit unbuttoned in certain areas where some of the buttons were in the wrong spots, so it would make his uniform look wrong.
You probably do modeling for Lemon.
Or he was afraid.
Afraid of putting the shirt the right way?
Sometimes when terror has taken you, the details go a bit fuzzy.
Oh.
We've had him here before, and he had been gone for a week or so. Said that he needed to visit some relatives. But ever since he came back from that, that's what seemed to have done him in.
Do you know any of these relatives' names?
I wouldn't know. Maybe? No, another one. Unfortunately, I didn't know him like that. None of us really talk
he was very
about our
secretive?
families too much here, as
Of course.
comes with the job.
I might know someone in Newford, though.
Could also ensure that we check for that in his apartment. Is it family of some kind?
Is that it?
I have one more question for you because I always seem to have one more question. My apologies. If you were to give me just a gut check on Jasper's personality, what kind of person that he is, how would you describe him?
Well, I guess I don't have a straight answer for that, but I would say maybe I was surprised to see that he was taking this role within Candela.
Why?
He's not the most forceful. He's more of a shy individual that allows people to walk all over him, really.
Nepotism.
I don't know why they put that guy in charge of this subject. I just don't.
I don't know either.
Really? That's interesting.
I mean, I'm not the hiring person for these kinds of positions.
Did anybody say anything? Like,
well, I'm sure someone had a reason.
And said,
He was, don't get me wrong, he was good at what he did when he was here. He was very perceptive in making sure that no one would come down to his level, and he would always have an eye on someone if they were. He was good at keeping watch, but
then you could walk over it.
We have more things than just words that we can use, though.
Has his bunk been cleared? Was it still there?
I don't believe so. I think they left it there for evidence, but somebody had already looked.
I'm sorry?
You're welcome. Naomi has already looked.
Okay. Interesting. Would you mind, is there another guard nearby, or is it just him at the door?
No, there is another one just right there. He's just kind of been quiet this whole time, trying not to be within the wrath of Evelyn, nor the spotlight of Emma.
Smart. Would you mind escorting us to his bunk? I'd like to take a look where the investigators is being left for.
Sure. It's actually on this level. We have our bunks on the levels that we most usually take watch.
Perfect.
And he points over to like the corner, like the very far end of near the stairway. He points to like the one on the right. There's just like the last door there. He says that's to the barracks where you'll find the bunks.
Evander would just go, good, no stairs, and just walk.
Which one would be his?
That's a good question. He looks over to the other guard, and then like the guard just like shrugs.
Oh, good. We'll just go
Are
through
there no
everyone.
I will show
tags?
you. I will show you.
Don't want
There
us to
are
go
name
through
tags
everyone's.
if you look at the foot lockers that are on the edge of the beds, you can find his, but here
do that?
I will show you. And then he looks over to the patrolling ones. Would one of you mind just coming over? And you see them like kind of nodding, one of them going back, replacing him as he takes off with you. You all walk into this room. You can see that it's nothing flashy, as you just see beds. There's a table to the side with papers on there, and then you can see like there's games in the corner that haven't been touched in years.
It smells like your studio, Lemon.
There is definitely a hint of mildew in here for sure. But you follow him to like the third bunk down. There's a footlocker that is open where there's a lock that is broken. You can see that part of it has been like either sawed off or burnt altogether through.
Now that's
That is
odd.
That one is locked in the like the hole, but like the lid part where you actually would lock it is just above it. So you're able to open that one up, and as he's there, this is it. Feel free to look around. I'm gonna go back now.
As they look around, Evander would just like pick a bunk and just bunk on it.
Love it.
I'm so sorry, dear. I didn't catch your name.
As he's like walking, I said, Mark.
Thank you.
Oh God. And he just turns around and leaves.
I love how he thought he almost got away without me knowing his name.
Oh.
All right. Upon first observance, Naomi is more elegant than this. I don't like the way that this lock was terminated.
Perhaps she was
Feels
in a rush.
true. It does feel rather aggressive. Who wants to rifle through?
It is not. Looking for things is not really my skill. And I had something I wanted to talk to Lemon about. Would you mind, Evelyn?
Absolutely, I will go for it. You two have a fantastic conversation. I'll let you know if I find anything.
Thank you. Lemon, have you drawn a picture of Jasper yet?
Based,
Purely on description.
I've drawn a few variations.
Can I look at them?
Lemon hands her his sketchbook. There are like 5 variations. Yeah, they're given some info, but not like a ton.
Look at the expression in the eyes. He just looks like he looks like a kid caught in a bad situation, doesn't he?
Clearly.
From
Much like Evader.
Evelyn's like, that sounds a bit familiar, dear, doesn't it? Sorry, I'm not listening anymore. I'm focusing.
Off, Shu, back to Xanadu with you.
I feel as if we can pinpoint what made the drastic change in his life, perhaps this visit to his parents or his family, that we can find out what happened. I feel poorly for the lad. Though, if he has committed some unforgivable sin in the name of a cult, even if it is for love, I fear what we must do.
It's time we leave.
You know, I had a thought. This person doesn't seem to be someone who would hide something in an obvious place. Do you think they've looked in the mattress or under the pillow?
I was just thinking that.
Vander's on top of the mattress.
If it's there,
I'm going to...
Vander would have found it for sure. Yeah, and again, this setting isn't like super fancy. There's nothing extra about it. It's really like just like a guard's barracks where it is a bed with a sheet. You have a comforter that is very thin, of course, and you have a pillow, and that is it.
Okay,
Can I run
so
my
you're
hand
saying-
along the mattress to see if there's like a cut in there anywhere?
Sure.
Just leave it on the mattress.
Kind of like, I mean, easy enough. You're taking a look under and over the mattress, taking the sheet off to make sure that there's nothing in there. It doesn't look like there's any cuts in the mattress. Nor does the pillow seem like to have some giant orb within it. And of course, exactly, yeah, you would have been like, clunk when you put your head back. Like, it's not in there. However, Evelyn, you did a search. What did you get on your survey roll?
Let me roll that right now.
Do it. Do it.
All right, I will. Ooh, the highest was a 3.
You open up this footlocker. And immediately as you open it, you get this pulse of bleed. You just touching the lid is enough to where your hands get taken back, and you can see at the edge of your fingertips, it has turned like gray, almost black.
Don't we have our suits on?
There's no bleed here, so I think we probably would have taken them off.
That's what I was imagining as well.
Same.
Oh, everybody stand back.
I
Don't
would have been
go.
too lazy to take it off.
Sure, that's fine too.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, you probably would have taken like
yourself.
at least the helmet part off, but yeah.
Don't touch that. We've got some bleed here.
Not
I was
again.
stupid enough not to even put back on my suit or my gloves.
Stupid bleed.
Evander, you have your gloves still on. Why don't you lift this?
Please
Oh,
do.
sure. And
I'm gonna step back.
Yeah,
Go and
lifting it up.
Go and pay.
Absolutely. The lid, I mean, you can feel like that faint bleed even with this suit, but you lift it up and inside you find like there is just clothes, a regular footlocker, but you find that at the center where, you know, you would have your shirts piled in, you know, specific piles, you could see that one of them is indented in the middle, and you could tell that an orb was here at some point, but it is no longer there.
Yeah, something stunk up this bootlocker, and it's not longer here.
That's another point for our boy. Maybe he was a thief.
But what do we know about this orb again?
It's dangerous.
Okay.
It tears thinnings into being, and
Oh,
that
yeah,
a cult could use it for terrible, terrible things.
Right.
That-
Okay.
that too.
I was really hoping that boy wouldn't be.
We took it.
Jonny, did you say that there is a home back where we live that Jasper lives at?
Yes.
Yep. That's where
Yes,
we're
yeah,
going
there was
to
an
next.
address that you were given. I'm not gonna obviously come up with one out of nowhere, but like
Sure.
you were given an address as to where his studio apartment was.
I think that we should head there in all haste.
I
Oh,
Or should I
agree.
tarry?
Not on the train again.
Oh, we're gonna
Well, first we have to walk many, many stairs, Vander. Come, I'll hold your hand.
Shit.
It's quaint. I love that.
All right.
I'm drawing this.
Please do.
Great. So you put on your anti-bleed suits once again, setting your way back through the very beautiful landscape, though dangerous. You exit through the thinning of the Tottergrass lighthouse, closing it behind you, and you see that the lightkeeper there, shoot, forgot her name. I'm drawing a blank. Oh no. Francine, that's what it was.
Oh, that's right.
Francine is there just sitting down in her chair reading a book, and then does the same thing, looking over the glasses, closing the book. So, how did it go?
Oh, Francine, have you heard of elevators?
I have not. Well, glad that you are back. Goodbye. Please.
We'll see you later, darling.
Yes, I suppose so.
It went well, by the way. Thank you. For
Great,
asking.
great. I'm so glad. And you can see, like, she starts the thing.
Sarcasm.
The astrolabe starts spinning again. You can see that the opening that was behind it now closes as the thinning also closes. You exit the lighthouse, finding your way back to the train station here. This very small, like, just one platform with a small, like, little house where a person lives to take tickets, and that's pretty much all they do. You wait for the train goes back to New Fair, but while that whole travel montage happens, we're going to be going to break, I believe.
Yes, we will.
Sweet.
You do not want to miss what's coming up, because neither do I. So we will see you guys back here in about 10 minutes.
It's going to get real.
And it's going to get real fun. Ooh, I am so excited. All right. And we'll see you back here in 10 minutes. Bye. Let's see if I could do this impression. I just did a wonderful impression. Let's see if I can do it. Welcome to Roll D5.
Wow.
Wow.
That was a great impression.
Wow.
That was wonderful.
Wonderful.
It makes you
It
want
was
a
so
hot dog
great.
real bad.
Hot dog real bad. Anyway, welcome
That's good.
everybody.
Jennifer Coolidge?
Yeah. Welcome everybody back to Roll D5. We are now in our second part. And our second part of the second part. I don't know where my brain went there. I need a snack.
No, that made sense. I'm with you. You're
Okay.
good. Yeah, you're
I
good.
brought a snack,
Still making
so,
sense.
So my ADHD brain will start working again. Anyways, we are going to talk real quick about our sponsors before we head back into Candela Obscura. So, very first one, you know them well. This is Gemmed Firefly.
Woo.
Do you want shirts with things you like on them? Simple, easy, comfort, wonderful. Get some wonderful pride flags as well. Mika's got a wonderful one with a D20 on it. I really want to get one of their mats for my front door because I think that'd be super cute.
I have one. It says roll initiative.
That's right. I think that
Amazing.
might be the one I get because that would just be perfect. But alongside having some really comfy clothes, you're going to be playing D&D with friends or, other TTRPGs that you like from Roll D5. You want to be able to do some dice rolls. So why not head over to Gemmed Firefly.
Woo.
Oh,
Gem
my gosh.
Firefly. Got everything you need.
Nice.
Head
Go
on over.
to Green Leaf Geek to get some wonderful, fantastic dice. They have some that are my most favorites. They're called Perihedrals, and they're just regular dice, but they've got little kitties inside. They're super cute. So I highly suggest going over there to get some dice. Discount codes for everything is in, if you're watching this on YouTube, it will be in the description of the video, and for Twitch, it is just right here, links and all. And alongside that, with, us obviously being very ADHD, we need to have additional stimulants to get us through the day, which is why we have Homebrew Coffee & Co. that will help you gain the stats that you need for the day. So go ahead and check them out. They just released their hot cocoa. So you're going to want to run over and get that because it is a very popular. And I know Shadow, who's running tech, was very, very excited and has already bought some. So yay.
Nice.
So please go over and check those out. They are absolutely fantastic. And so, yeah, I think that's everything. You've got your comfy clothes, you've got your dice, and now you've got your coffee for a wonderful TTRPG session. So please go through those. Let us know how they are for you, and we will hand it back to Jonny.
Yeah, and also, if you like something like that, somewhere over there. If you like the music and all that stuff, the ambiance that you've been hearing so far on the stream, I use Sirenscape. I've used Sirenscape for about 2 years now, ever since I started my Curse of Strahd campaign on my channel. It's fucking awesome because they have a bunch of different sounds that you could throw in, like all of these different settings and things like that, like the Fourth Pharos, the in-between, being on the train, going outdoors, some ones that I haven't done just yet. But it's really great. You should check them out. I have a link. I don't know if it's going to be in the chat, but it's around.
It is there.
Cool. It's there. Check it out. It's great. Okay. That out of the way. You finish your train ride, some feeling a little worse than others, and you travel montage aside. Your lightkeeper, looking a little flustered, returns back to the Dawn Market and leaves you all to your own devices to search for this Jasper on your own. Very capable investigators, of course. You come to the address... maybe. You come to the address of Jasper, the studio apartment that was given to you by Naomi. And one of the first things that you find is that this is a relatively, it's a relatively good neighborhood. You can tell that it's, what was the I think it's the Seidel. Pretty sure. One sec. I probably have it right here. I don't. I think it's the Seidel that's like the more like middle class area.
I think so.
But this specific apartment is kind of like a contrast. It's like that everything looks nice except for this area. This is probably the cheaper apartments, the less expensive apartments that you could take, but still have this area as your, environment. However,
Jasper does this every morning, goes on the train, gets up. It's such a long ride.
However, one of the things that you do notice is that there is a lock on the door. Not a regular lock of the, the deadbolt kind of thing. This is a lock that seems to be actually getting closer to the door and seeing this large lock. You see property of New Farron Bank. You can tell that this has been repossessed, it seems.
Okay.
Oh, I've heard about this. I've heard about this. This happens when you don't pay your rent.
That is true. I do have burglary equipment.
Oh, sick. Okay,
I want to
great.
get inside.
Yes, okay. So I guess for that, I think it would be a control roll.
That makes sense.
Or hide, because sleight of hand also, have to be either one.
I would like to do hide then, because
Cool.
I have to.
Go for it.
Ooh, a 5.
Perfect. Okay. You this cost. You lock pick this giant lock. And as you do, you kind of think back on your history as being a criminal. You haven't picked a lock in quite a long time.
I have other people for that.
And with your past, you kind of get lost in thought for a moment as you're thinking of everywhere you've been just from this simple lock. And you can feel this presence of bleed coming from under the door too. You get this lock unlocked, it falls to the ground.
Oh.
The door just slowly opens, even without you opening it. And with that hit of bleed, your memories start to turn from reminiscent to terrifying. You remember all of the things that you've went through. Your multiple relapses. The times that you've just sunk so down deep into the more what is it? You sunk very deep into the addict. There it is. The addict side of that criminality, where you would beg, borrow, and steal in order to get whatever the next hit was. And that hasn't been in your mind for the longest of times. This has been the longest you've been sober for a while. And it shakes you. So you'll take a brain mark from that.
14. This is 13 months now. I haven't thought about this for a while.
However, the door is open, and inside you see this disheveled room. This studio apartment is obviously just one room with, some walls to keep some privacy where the bedroom is, but you see that there are dishes that are still inside of the sink.
I have a quick question.
Absolutely.
Erika, how did Evelyn look? Like, was she noticeably...
Yeah, so the facial expressions I was giving is exactly what you guys would see, kind of like deep in thought, becoming slightly troubled, and then muttering something under her breath. You'll notice her behavior from here, probably for the next like hour or two, is definitely her not on her game. So as a player choice, I'm gonna roll with disadvantage every time I do rolls.
Cool.
Lemon draws this because he finds it beautiful.
Aw.
I would.
I have a melatonin like vape thing that I'm like waiting to pull out if she relapses.
Ooh. Love it. All right.
I would just have
It'll make me sleepy.
Just
I just
knock
have a
out
quick
before the end.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No. I would just have a quick question, just because we flash forwarded too fast into the apartment. I want to use my I know a guy skill, which basically gives me an NPC to interact with. But
Right.
that can wait until after the investigation, unless somehow it sounds better if I had done it meanwhile or before.
So, what are you trying to accomplish with this this skill that you have?
Just more insight into the tenant, the problems he's been having. Just use that time in a, just maybe it could be an excuse not to go up those stairs to that apartment, just to like spend time on the street.
Sure. I would say that you could know the landlord here.
Oh, that was good. That's good.
So yeah, this apartment is on the second floor. The landlord is known to be on the first floor. And as you're coming to the apartment, when they gave you the address, you're like, that address sounds familiar. And now that you're here, you're like, oh, I know the landlord here. So I would say that Evander could, either individually or together with everyone else, can go to the landlord and gather some information. I will leave that to you to decide, but
Evander would do what they tell them to do. So would he go alone? Would you go fetch boy, Evander? Good. Yeah,
Love
he
it.
would be alone.
great.
That was a great time for me to take a bite.
Right? Yeah.
Go boy.
Okay, so you come to the first floor apartment. This one definitely a lot better kept, though it's still like a more, it's an older building, so it's a lot more difficult to make this look as modern and new. You can see that the paint is starting to fade. The window shutters, like one of them is off its hinge, but not by much. It's just enough to where you're seeing that it's slightly off. So those that need everything to be perfect is just a little mad about it. But you approach the door, and are you just knocking? Cool. You approach the door, knocking on here, and you see this like middle-aged man. He opens the door. You can see that he's wearing just a tank top, and he has his trousers up with, you see, overalls as well. He has no shoes on, and he just answers the door. He has a my brother always used to call it a cul-de-sac, but because the hair, so mean. It's so mean. But you can see that he's balding at the top, and his hair is white. He's like late 60s. No, late 60s, late 50s. Sorry. You can see that he has a lot of wrinkles. One of them being like this frowning. And I imagine the reason why you know this tenant is because you had worked for him at some point, maybe cleaning these apartments. Yeah. And he didn't like you, but you know him. And so he answers the door, and he answers the door and is about to close it, and I imagine like maybe a foot goes in as he's closing it.
Mr. Wilson.
What do you want?
Hi, remember me?
Yes, I remember you.
Well, I'm back. I'm I have a favor to ask. I know we did not part in the best of terms. That bathroom was already broken when I tried to clean it.
Sure. What do you need?
But I have a good job now. Now I can do many things now. I have powerful friends now.
All right.
Well, I'm here to inquire about one of your ex-tenants or tenants. A guy called Jasper. Have you ever heard of him?
Yeah.
I know that expression. You used to do that with me.
Why?
Well, listen, here's the thing. He owes me a lot of money.
He owes me a lot of money too.
Okay, that's both our problems now. So I really, maybe I can find him and I can get your money and my money.
All right.
You know, when I was cleaning the apartments, we, like, Jasper and I used to like hit it off, and yeah.
Okay.
So
Well, then what do you need? You need me to tell you where.
I've seen he's been evicted.
Right. Yeah. He couldn't pay. So
When?
past couple months. He just got evicted a couple weeks ago. I heard he got an apartment out in the South Soffits.
Oh, so he got a place?
Yeah, he left here.
Sir, he can pay for another rent?
No, he got evicted from here and then he moved over to there. He didn't have two apartments.
How is he paying for rent there if he owes us money?
That's a good question. I've been trying to go after him to get that last couple months' rent.
But I will get our money back, Mr. Wilson.
All right, and then you can pay me what you owe me as well.
I do not owe you for the stairs. That was
You know what? Fine. You get me my money, we're even.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to get my money and your money. So where's he living now?
I don't know. I didn't ask. He's probably got something up there.
You said you know exactly where. No?
I heard that it was in the South Soffits. I don't know where. South Soffits are kind of big.
But you're a landlord. Don't landlords like speak to each other?
I don't talk to anybody from the South Soffits. That's on the other side of the town.
Well, if you want your money, I can get our... I'm good at this now. I have friends now. Really powerful friends. Good at investigations.
All right, look. I might have looked at some of his mail. Just the outsides. I don't look into anybody's mail. But I did see last notice.
It's illegal to do that.
I did see some last notice mail in there. There might be more information in there. If you really need to get him, and you're willing to break some laws to get there, maybe you can check that out.
Yeah, I don't think my friend's not gonna care if I break some laws.
I don't think so either. I won't.
Are we his friends? Did we?
Yes, you're my friend.
Have we? Okay.
Co-workers at best.
Can I have the last notice?
It's up in his
Friends
room.
at worst.
We dropped off the mail down the slot, but back. We just got a pile of mail here. Just one sec.
Thank you.
He goes back into his room, closing the door for sure. And
That was rather impressive.
you wait for what seems like a little too long. Like you think that he just like
with a grandfather's clock, like ding.
Yeah.
Ding. Ding. Or a cuckoo clock. I would
think
feel like
Evelyn, I think you should go after him.
I think
and
I'm
then
gonna go
finally
after
you just
him.
see the door open. God. All right. Here, and he hands you over just a couple pieces of mail. One of them does say last notice on it. Another one you can see is like there's like a crest of the periphery on there. One of the divisions under there, you can see that it's the Department of Housing. That's just underneath the seal. Like you can see the address up at the top. It says Department of Housing, periphery, all of that.
I'm gonna open it.
Or no, not periphery. What is is it periphery? Periphery is the
sure.
cops. No, Ascendancy is the church. Shit, I can't remember.
Thing pulled open.
Periphery, primacy. There you go. That's the one. That's the government type. Yeah, primacy is the one. So Department of Housing under the primacy. This is what you see. And then a last notice.
You've been so very helpful, Mr. Wilson. I promise I'm gonna get both our monies.
Great. I will believe it when I see it.
I'm gonna go back to my friends, okay?
Great.
By the way, is that cuckoo clock real? Does it go cuckoo?
Yes, and he closes the door.
Rude. And I look at the stairs. I'm like, oh shit. And then you see him like come up just as you're like finishing unlocking the lock. You made me work, and here it is. This is for yo.
Evander, you are impressive as always.
Thank you.
Oh.
You know, your abilities in you know, discovering things is so incredible. Why don't you discover how good I am at what I do and share that with the rest of the world? Have you ever considered such a thing?
I don't know what you're suggesting, but it sounds bad.
We'll talk later. What's in this letter?
Evelyn's gonna open it.
Yes.
I have no idea.
So as the door opens, you see that this room is like very dark. Seems like maybe the electricity hasn't been. You're right. I have dark vision. You see that the room is very dark. As well as the fact that you see that there are also multiple letters on the ground, where like the mail slot in the door, it has just dropped onto the floor, not been picked up in a couple weeks. You see overdue, last notice, overdue, risk of eviction. You see a bunch of these like red stamps on the outside of all of these. But the one that you hold in front of you, are you doing the last notice one, or are you doing the primacy mail?
Probably
the other one's just
the notice one.
Ads. You're gonna do the primacy one or the last notice? Sorry, last notice.
The last notice, yeah.
As you open up this, sure. You open this one and you find that this is it's a letter basically just saying you haven't paid your water bill in 3 months and you are facing soon to be eviction through your landlord. Please pay. You are overdue. This. Pay up by this date or else. You can see that the past 3 months he hasn't been able to pay.
I would also communicate to them. I forgot to tell you, Evelyn. Apparently the guy already has another apartment.
He has another apartment.
Yes, south of here.
At least we have a second stop, I guess.
Evelyn, you might want to use some of your contacts and see if he has gambling problems.
Contacts, yes. She tries to like compose herself. Give me just a moment and I can reach out to a few. You all can finish kind of going through some stuff here. I'm just gonna step outside.
Are you all right?
Oh, weird.
Yeah, totally fine.
All right then. I'm gonna go ahead and open this other letter. Who's it from? The primacy?
In this letter, you find that, again, this is the housing department. You see like, good day, Jasper. Our records indicate that you have applied for a new place out in the South Soffits. address here. Seeing that your current apartment is being rented out through the Affordable Housing Initiative, we are required to evict you from this current place. You may continue the housing initiative in your new address, again, here. This address has been closed out and cancelled. Additionally, you will be required to pay balance of 300 bills to prevent any further action towards eviction of your second place. We are very sorry for your decision. However, there are many families in need. You have 1 month to fully vacate this apartment. Otherwise, any left items will be forfeit under the primacy. And please contact here, blah, 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 blah. But you find that he was under a housing initiative in order to get to this area.
Lemon, it sounds like one of your artist friends.
Wait, repeat that?
This sounds like one of your artist friends. The ones that were staying at your place.
Sorry, I feel like I completely missed what you were responding to.
The fact that they're under a housing initiative, and they're placed in locations if you can't necessarily afford them.
Oh. Okay.
Or whatever.
He thinks you're poor.
Oh, I come from.
His friends.
So, Lemon comes from old money. He's one of those artists. But of course, he's not gonna let Evander know that. Especially since it's been shown that he has problems with money himself. So, it's just gonna lie. Yes, my poor place.
No, your friends, the ones that stay at your place.
At my poor place, yes.
Terrible, yes. It does seem like our Jasper has gotten himself into quite the predicament, one after the other. I suppose this really explains why he was showing up to work dressed so horrendously. We see what's inside the apartment.
Sure.
Cool. As I stated before, there is a faint bit of this bleed, this electricity in the air that you can sense coming from within. But as you enter in, which again, I also just assume that you have already taken your anti-bleed suits off, unless Evander is too lazy to take this off and is just walking around in a fucking jumpsuit.
Everyone's keeping hers on.
Cool.
Because of what happened with the chest.
Sure.
Yeah, Evander would have been too lazy. He's still the horrible
Fantastic.
thing.
Love it.
Jonny, may I use my bleed detector before we walk in?
Sure, absolutely. You using your bleed detector, you find that entering into this apartment, one of the first things that you notice is that the lock on the window has been broken. And that is where you find a lot of bleed coming from, this area. You see on the ground this very very thin but noticeable dent. And that seems to be where a lot of bleed is coming from. You can see that there is this black mark at the center of it. You also see that another point of interest is the bed that is in this corner of the room. There's a lot of bleed coming from there. As you're in here, you find a few things. More letters of bills that are not paid. You find a few books that are on the table. All of them closed. You see a nihilist's viewpoint is one of them. You find Tales of Old Fair as another. And in that one, you see that there is a bookmark. Flipping that over, you find that it is bookmarked on the destruction of Old Fair. This massive flood that came from the sea and just completely wiped out all of Old Fair, minus a few of the ruins that you see in South Soffitz and below. And I would like you to do as you're taking a look in here, a survey roll.
So I don't have any ticks in survey, so it's gonna be rolling at disadvantage. Taking the lower one. Yes.
Never mind.
Okay.
Didn't you also get a D6?
I did get a D6. You're right.
You want to use it on this?
I rolled the lower of the two was a 2. May I roll a D6 and potentially take that result?
Take the result away. Go ahead and roll 1d6. Yeah.
Okay, let's see what we got. Big money, big money. I threw it on the floor. Let me roll it.
Right on.
5.
A 5. Perfect. Okay.
I love it.
You set down the bleed detector as you open up this book. And looking through the pages, you kind of skim through to understand what this chapter is. And you get to one page where you find this lone strand of gray hair. And strikes you as odd first. But as you continue on, you see that there is a black hand mark in one of these pages. You can feel this, as you flip that page, you see your bleed detector going, like the, that radioactive sensor. What is it called? I can't remember.
A Geiger counter?
Geiger counter. Yeah, you hear as it's pointing towards that book. You get this pulse of bleed, and you quickly shut it. However, you are going to take a bleed mark. You as well, just from this proximity, you see that your hand, the fingertips on your hand are starting to turn black.
Shit. Ouch.
To the club.
What's going on?
It's, there's something about this book. It has a terrible presence to it. It stung me, and I'll show my hand with the fingertips turning black.
I have an ability. Let them in. Whenever you take one or more bleed marks, you also gain additional information about the phenomena that harmed you. Ask the GM's question about the source of the bleed. So Lemon Sour's going to go up and grab the book.
You're going to take it.
Yeah, he's just going to grab it from your hand and then apologize after, thank you.
So Lemon is taking a bleed mark to ask a question.
That's so cool.
What would Lemon like to ask or find out from this source of bleed?
First, I would like to say that the way this looks, because I am the weird, that he has kind of a cultist, he's got sigils and stuff on his arm that start glowing. That aren't normally there that people might see. I guess the question would be just, what is the source of this bleed?
Okay.
Or maybe, what is this bleed? Oh. Thoughts, anyone?
It was it didn't have any symbol, it didn't register until we started reading it. Why is it triggering now might be an interesting question.
Okay.
What's making this happen at the second? Is somebody activating it? Why is it changing as we're reading it?
Yes.
Great
Perfect.
question.
So I just imagine you opening the book there. You feel this like bleed coming out. You set your hand into that hand. You can see that this hand mark is a little bigger than yours. And as you place your hand on that bleed, you take that and you're thrown into these like very short vision bits. You can see, I'll take it a step further actually.
Ooh.
You find this very young man that's breathing deeply. You can see sweat coming down as you see just on the table this large orb. This black orb. This is your mark. And then you see him furiously looking through the pages until he puts his hand onto there and then takes it back. You see as he takes his hand back, it is growing blacker and blacker as this just dark obsidian type color just completely takes over. And then he stands up. You see his hand going onto the book. And then he closes it, setting it down, grabbing onto the orb, and then rushing out of the window. It seems like this bleed was faint enough to have been covered by the book, but once that page was opened, that's when the bleed was able to escape out of it.
Okay. Yeah, I relay this back to the group.
What? Is that magic? Real magic?
Question. So Evelyn stepped out to call one of her contacts.
Yep.
Just to determine if he has gambling problem. I'm curious. Well, I guess it would be more of. I don't know if sway is better or like survey.
To find a contact?
Yeah. Well, mainly.
No, you
just,
can easily. Okay, yeah. You can easily find a contact. That's like one of your things. So, yeah. I mean, you could go to like the nearest alleyway, and you know, one of your contacts is chilling, or maybe even like one of them has like a house here that you just have under your thumb.
She'll just go knock on one of the safe houses, probably.
All right. So you knock on the door, and then you see the door open, and you just see like this young woman that is you can see this like black hair that's curled around her ears, and she's wearing just her comfortable clothes, this little dress that didn't expect company. And then she opens the door with like this big old smile and sees you and just goes wide-eyed as,
Darling, it's okay. Listen, I just have a question for you. All right? I'm not here for anything. I'm not here to demand. I just have a question. There is somebody here living in this house, and she'll relay the description. I'm trying to determine if he is in any sort of gambling trouble. Is this something you have maybe heard, or?
I don't think so. I think Jasper, right?
Yes, I'm going to need more solid answers than I don't know. It's going to have to be yes or no.
I haven't seen him going out to the Red Lamp District at all.
Or has it been a while?
I haven't seen it ever, so I wouldn't say that he has a gambling problem.
All right. Now that answer I can take. Now here, and she's gonna slip like a 20.
Oh.
When you give me answers, then you get rewarded. All right. Now, you go back to your evening, and if I need anything further, I will come knocking, or I will ring.
Yes, yes. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a good evening.
Gonna go back.
Cool.
Nice.
And she closes the door behind you. So, you regroup with the rest of the group.
It does not appear that he's had any sort of gambling problems, at least from what my contacts are saying. They've not seen him going towards the red light district or anything that would indicate an issue otherwise. Yeah.
Evelyn,
What?
you missed Lemon doing real magic. When are you going to teach me how to do this?
Real magic doesn't technically exist. What are you talking about?
Vision, touching the bleed, and then saw Jasper.
What did you teach us doing?
Yeah, that happened. I still prefer Emma's magic.
Also, you can see that since you like put your hand on that source of bleed, you can see that the palm of your hand, that bottom part, is starting to turn black as well.
Oh.
And look, we're matchies.
Well, hello, and she's gonna raise her hand that also has the black.
I don't like the look of this.
Here, hold this book for a
No,
minute.
don't.
I'm fine.
They both do, but yes, please feel free to touch the book. That's such
I don't want to touch the book.
That's such a great idea.
I think what we should do is head over to this new address. And from Lemon's vision, I'm starting to think that perhaps Jasper's maybe a little more nefarious than we were previously giving him credit.
This new address that I found.
Yes, Vanda.
Right.
Helpful as always. Still, seriously, you must get my name in lights one day. I will be famous, and it will be because of you.
Yes. So we have another address to check. There's nothing else here besides some sort of vision.
Well, it is odd. The bleed detector marked that there was activity on the bed and by this window, which appears to have been broken in. Perhaps someone else is looking for Jasper.
But then
In the
appears
vision,
it
we
might be
can
a
see that
risk.
Jasper escaped through the window.
Oh, you're right.
Looking for
So, so we took off with the orb. What is the book? What is it? Have we looked enough to read it, or is it just a
It's
casual book?
About the flood of, and remember that terrible event
Yeah.
some time ago.
Oh, it's just a casual history book?
It's boring.
I don't like that, though.
You find everything to be boring.
That's true. Let's keep in mind anything to do with flooding that might indicate what the orb is going to be used for. Maybe to flood somewhere?
An excellent point.
All right.
Perhaps we just should pull back the sheets on the bed, make sure there's nothing strange with that before we go.
I'm sorry,
True.
I'm cutting the tension. I'm so sorry, but when you say the orb
Pondering.
flooding, it makes me
Oh.
think of Pokemon Sapphire.
Oh, gosh.
And you've got the orb that summons the rain in Kyogre.
Johnny's like,
Yep.
yep.
That was
That's
my
what I
favorite.
I love that.
Gen 3.
Right?
Oh, that was
Perfection.
perfect.
I love this.
Anyway,
This is
sorry, back
This is so
back to the
nerdy.
suspension. Sorry.
I love this. This type of nerdiness is what we're here for.
Mm-hmm.
I just got like a cute little keychain that has Umbreon on it. It's very cute. Umbreon's my favorite. Anyways, moving on. Evelyn's gonna put back on the gloves to the bleed suit
Sure.
and look at the bed since something's coming from it.
Sure. With the bleed suit on, you take off the bed, or at least the comforter. Taking a look at the bed, it doesn't seem like there's anything here. You do see this, like, at first you take it off the front. It doesn't seem like anything is there until you take the comforter completely off, where you see like this pool of black liquid, this like black water that's like at the very base center of this bed.
It is very hard as a player to play another character that has experienced what these connecting things are going on and not metagame. Like I'm just, it's so very hard, but it's so freaking cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Clearly this isn't sewage. Doesn't smell.
Does anybody have a
Lavender, you should
bleed
touch it.
containment vial?
Also, your bleed
Ew,
detector is
no.
definitely going towards that. That is what it is.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I do not have a bleed container,
I
unfortunately.
do. I was going to use it for paint, but we can use it for this.
Hey, you could probably use
Paint?
it. You could probably use it. It's dark enough. You can.
That's
Well, no, for watercolor, you need
it's
some
so
water. I was going to fill it with
those-
water later.
No. Those containers are very, very particularly made. Don't use them for fun.
I didn't
It's
think
for
I was the
art,
only
it's
one
for
who brought one.
art. Art doesn't respect containment.
No, but the circle does.
That was perhaps the most cultured thing I've ever heard you say, Evander. Well done. Lemon, you scoop that?
I've been hanging out with Lemon too much.
It's true.
I
we need to
agree. You've
get
been
you
hanging
out more.
around me too much.
Sorry.
Rough.
Oh, ouch. Okay.
Ouch.
Let's hand me the vial since you don't have your suit. I imagine she tries to take it out of your hands and you're just
No.
kind of like holding onto it a little too hard. All right, and she's gonna get some.
Great.
She's gonna look at Lemon. You're gonna try and paint with it. Emma, would you mind
No,
keeping this?
The colors. I would
You're
like
not
to know
gonna
how
paint
it.
with a fucking blade.
I would like to know how it interacts with the watercolors.
You can research that when we get back to Circle.
No, that's fine. No, that's fine as long as I get to.
Bleed paint.
In a controlled environment,
That's fine.
you might be able to. Emma, would you mind? You have more pockets than I do.
Of course.
I chose
In
the
fact,
wrong
I
outfit
had a
for the
thought.
day.
Perhaps we should send this as well as the book to Anthony, and perhaps he can do some research while we do some further on the ground study.
It's not bad.
Can I retcon something?
Sure.
So I got the bleed. I mentioned, like cool sigils and stuff on his arm. One of my gear is a ward that soaks one bleed. I would like to
Ooh.
say that was my ward.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
what does that mean?
So that means that he didn't take the bleed. He opened up
Okay.
his hand to it, so you had the bleed entering into you, and then
Mhm.
I would say that then you had this like. What? Yeah, you know what? What kind of like this magical item would you have, or some sort of like token that would be this ward to shoot this bleed back out of you?
It would be like the sigils and stuff that were
Sure.
on his
Okay.
arm. Like I think he used a different kind of magic, so that, like they were invisible until activated to protect him.
I love
And
this.
so as they go in, the bleed fills in the sigils, and then the sigils kind of like burn off like
Mhm.
ash.
Yeah. They're like tattoos that are now gone, as
Yes.
they fall down like that black snow that you had seen within the in between. It falls down to the table, and so your hand is not black underneath. Cool.
Excellent.
What the hell?
I'm sorry, you were saying something.
Yeah, what was that?
Art.
Odd.
Yeah.
Gosh, Julie.
No, you were saying something else, and then I rudely interrupted.
Yeah, I was telling you to hand it over.
Sure. Retcon my life.
Because you were gonna paint with it, and it seems you've made, I don't know what the hell that
Art?
was.
It's what I do on my off hours.
You've literally absorbed something that was bleeding. That's a red flag.
It's a
Does
one-time
anyone else
deal.
agree?
I
So
think it's
one
magic and it's wonderful.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
it's wonderful. That's what
Thank
they
you.
hired us to do.
Thank you.
I'm gonna start heading to these other apartments.
Which
okay.
I found.
Congratulations, you found something. We need to go. I would like for Evelyn. So Evelyn is on edge for about everything that there is right now.
Yep.
Out of like the corner of her eye type thing, she wants to casually see if there's any illicit substances around.
Yeah, go ahead and
like,
do.
She's not like controlling it, but like her body wants it.
Do a survey roll. This one not disadvantage.
Is
Double
it
f-
secret or
Double
we're gonna know?
fives.
Double fives.
Oh wait, hold on. Well, either way, I couldn't remember if I had 1 or 2, and I just rolled 2. Yeah, I had 2. We're good. Uh-huh.
You find like at the nightstand more of you smell. There is nothing major, but this is like a plant that is a little bit hallucinogen. It's a hallucinogen that is very light, but it's not it's like marijuana kind of.
Yeah.
But I do a small redemption thing in case, of course, Erika allows it. Somehow Evander knows this and just like slaps her hand.
I feel like she's being pretty sneaky with this.
It's good. No, I'm just.
No, that's a great idea though.
Go ahead and do a hide check.
Okay. Because I think if somebody tries to touch her right now, she will clock them.
This one, I would say with disadvantage because you might think that you're being sneaky, but you're also like,
Yeah, a little weird.
I think
Trying.
Lemon is going to assist
Yeah, because I think
and
if anybody...
try and
Yeah.
kind of cover, because he...
Which role
Never
was
mind.
this?
I think that would come...
hide.
That'd be one of those, like, did Lemon notice? And, like, would that require
If
also
anybody
maybe...
were to notice or know, it would be Emma.
Okay.
Oh.
Then never mind.
What role did you say it was again? Sorry.
Hide.
Hide. Ooh, I've got 2 in hide. With disadvantage, that's a 2.
Emma,
Yeah.
go ahead and do a survey roll with an extra die.
I have. Okay. That just brings me to 1 die.
Great. And then one of you, if you want to use a drive on this for that aid. So.
For...
For
What
to
role is
boost
this?
my
Because you were aiding, you were aiding
my
with
survey.
the one
Oh.
for the intuition.
No.
Evander,
Because
do
I
you
had
wish to
my-
assist?
Sure. Intuition.
Okay.
You
That's the
don't
first time
have
Fritzl
to.
said no.
could.
That's great.
But I was already assuming that they were helping, so that was that 1 die.
No.
Oh,
Because
okay.
you have 0, right?
I have
Yeah.
0.
So that 1 die was the result. What was that?
I already rolled the extra die. I'm just going to say I used the 1d6 that Winchester gave me because that was my only success. Is that okay?
Great. All right.
Okay. I got a 6.
Perfect.
Thanks, Winchester.
You begin to pack up, covering up the bed, and you get a whiff of it too. You already knew that it was there. You didn't really pay much mind to it, but then you saw she moved away from there, and then she was on the right-hand side of the bed, and now she's on the left-hand side of the bed, but the door's that way. So that was the first thing that you caught. As you were about to walk away, you saw that she was still there. So you notice that she's like looking. She knows that it's there. She's waiting before nobody's looking, but you know exactly what that whole facade is for.
Okay. I think Emma would never stop Evelyn from doing anything, but she'll hesitate at the door while everyone else exits and kind of eyeball her a little bit and say, Evelyn,
What?
I just wanted to remind you that you are the best of us. And I hope that you remain that way.
Okay.
You want to come out with me, or are you going to stay for a moment? And Emma's eyes are going to drop specifically to where she knows Evelyn's focus is on.
I'm gonna flip a coin. But like all of my step back. Alright. Heads, she leaves. Tails, she does not. I dropped it. Ooh, that was tails. You go ahead.
There is visible disappointment that washes over Emma. Her shoulders drop. Her hair kind of sweeps forward to cover her face as she wraps her knuckles against the door jamb. She says, "All right, no choice."
She's gonna take it, but not do anything with it yet. She's gonna put it in her pocket.
I wouldn't see this, but as we're all leaving, we just turn to Evelyn and see, like, you know what? She's right. I also think you're the best one of us, and just like go down the stairs.
Sure.
Okay, that is one too many compliments for tonight. You can all stop.
So.
Thanks. She does not take compliments well.
Yeah, neither do I.
Me either.
Like all of us.
Oh,
All right.
shower me with them, please.
You are amazing. You are so
You're so
good
talented.
at roleplay. Oh my
Praise
goodness.
me.
One of the
So much
best
talent.
players that I've ever played with.
Literally,
Oh,
I
thank
joined
you.
the call and was like,
Oh,
damn, Mika do be looking good.
And that hair, dang,
Oh,
Are you all perfect?
Thank
looking
you.
good.
Man.
Oh,
All right.
thank you, actually. Bring me down.
Yeah,
Humble
you gotta
me.
humble a little bit. So, you all leave this abandoned apartment to travel back towards the South Soffits. Following the address that was on the primacy letter, you find the very run-down neighborhood that he had found his new apartment in. This one looking even worse than the apartment that they had in the middle class. You find Jasper's new apartment. This one does not have a lock on it. The door is closed, and the windows are covered by curtains on the inside. What would you
Should
like
I
to do?
my thing? A knock?
No.
I love that that's your thing, not knocking.
We should just open the door.
Try.
I'm gonna try and open the door.
Cool. The door is locked,
It's locked.
but it's not a very difficult lock. You can tell that there's no deadbolt on it. It just seems to be the handle lock that's on there, so you can feel it still wiggling.
Do my burglar supplies only last once?
No.
Before you
Okay.
try to open the lock, if there's a small chance that Mr. Jasper is staying in this apartment, I have some leverage on him from the things that the landlord guy told me.
Okay.
Maybe try talking our way into the place before we start like breaking and
Alright.
entering.
Alright, go ahead and try, but I highly doubt he's here. If he's strapped for money and he's stolen this orb, he's gonna take it to who's gonna pay him.
Probably. But I mean, you've got to try.
Okay, fine, try.
But you'll have to stay like really next to that wall over there, so if he opens, doesn't see any of you.
Fine.
So I would just knock.
Okay. You knocking on the door. You wait. A couple seconds. 30 seconds, a minute. 2 minutes. Nobody answers.
Again. Boom, 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 boom.
Same.
Yeah. Do your thing.
Thank you.
I've got to try. Knocking is not hard.
Alright, I'm gonna
Oh.
roll
Johnny,
disadvantage
Yes.
still.
may I say that I am outside on the street, just in case he comes out through the window, since we know
absolutely.
he's a window jumper. And I'm
Yes.
going to also have that package that I said I was going to have courier delivered. I'm going to be sending that off to Anthony.
Sounds good. Alrighty.
With disadvantage, I got a 4.
Okay. You're able to unlock the door. This one's easier. The door opens, and inside you find that it is, again, dark in here. You feel that electricity stronger than before coming out.
Bleed, 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 bleed.
Yeah. Emma, your bleed detector is going off.
Oh,
Downstairs.
I'm out. I'm not there. I'm outside.
Emma's not there.
Right.
It's going off outside.
Yeah, if you're outside.
I could have sent it up with them if I knew that I was going to be outside.
True. This is a first floor apartment, so
Oh, okay.
you're not. I mean, I don't know if you're too far. You're probably just kind of hanging out back here just to keep an eye on. But I wouldn't say that you're near the door, so I would say probably not. But I mean,
Hey, that's fine.
It's easy to feel that electricity in the air, that bleed. Evelyn being right there, you take that full force of that bleed as it hits into you, as it rushes out of the closed door. However, as the light leaks into this dark apartment, you hear this very low groaning coming from within.
You hear that?
I don't want to be hearing it. I'm not exactly the caring, type. If somebody else wants to address that.
I could go and check if you want.
Yeah, please. This is not.
Oh,
Comfort is not my thing.
okay, I'll go check. If I don't come back,
I'll stay by the door. That's fine. I just don't want to be the one doing.
no, it's fine. If I don't come back, tell my aunt that I'm really thankful for the job.
And that we inherited all your money. Perfect. We'll let them know.
I don't have any access to that money, and you know that. You've asked this 7 times already.
I'm trying. Look, money goes on. You just come.
I will go in.
I think he's
Search
lying.
for
I
the
think he has
groan.
money.
Okay. As you walk inside, you feel that bleed. That initial bleed has escaped so far. So now it's just this remnants of whatever was left over.
Hello? Oh, Mr. Jasper?
As you make some sound, you hear that groaning sound coming once again. You see, at the center of the room, placed right there, is a bed. You can find a large pile of this kind of crumpled up comforter and pillows that are scattered around the top part of the bed. And you can see just one of those pillows being depressed down.
Is there any object I can take so I can poke it?
Are you meaning to say that somebody's being suffocated right now?
No, nobody's being suffocated.
Okay.
It just looks like it looks like somebody is there.
Okay. I was like, oh my
underneath
gosh.
this chaos of
Groaning.
comforter and pillows, right?
Okay.
What would be here that you could kind of poke?
The other thing I could do is I could use read to interpret body language. That too far?
Sure. If you'd like to do a read on this, you could do that.
Good. Yeah, before I do that, I'm gonna add 2 dice to it.
Okay.
I can only add 1, right?
No, you can add as many as many as you have of drive.
Okay, I'm gonna add 2 of them. I'm gonna add 2, and it says. Okay, 2, 3, 2, and 5. So 5.
Okay. Trying to get some sort of a look. It's difficult to see anything. You don't have a body to read. As you get a little closer just to see something out of it, you feel this hand reaching out to you. This hand is completely black. You can see that the veins that connect to it are black. You can see that this obsidian-like color is starting to reach up the arm of this person. You can tell from just this walking up to the bed, this person is ill. Very ill. If they're groaning, if they're not even able to get up to even see who is here, they are bedridden. And as you approach, that hand grabs onto you. You take a bleed. However, you're able to get your hand out of grasp from whoever this is, which I guess with your read as well, you would learn that this is probably Jasper.
Mm-hmm. Friends?
Does he have one shoe?
Friends, I think I found Jasper.
Great.
Very
Everybody
casually,
has
Robin walks over.
Lemon, bring turpentine.
Do you all have your,
Turpentine.
does everybody have their
Yes.
suits on still? Okay. Before I come in, does he have one shoe or 2 on?
Does he
He
have
has
a
no
shoe on?
shoes. No
There's
shoes.
no shoes.
Okay.
Mr. Jasper, can you hear me?
Who is it?
Evelyn will come inside.
I'm sorry, Mr. Jasper. My name is Evander. And he's gonna try to keep the ruse up. I'm here in behalf of Mr. Williams, your previous landlord. It's just house call. Sorry.
You finally see him reaching out from the pillows, and you can see like his eyes are completely bloodshot. You can see the veins that come up his neck are black. You can see that his sweat that comes down is leaving streaks of like this very faint black. I don't have money.
Well, you.
Hold on, just one moment. Evelyn wants to use her specialty as a criminal, leverage. On a successful read roll, you
Okay.
may ask the GM what your target truly wants. In any sway rolls you make using this information, add a number of dice equal to your current cunning resistance. So basically, I want to know where the orb is. Nothing
Sure.
else.
Mhm.
She doesn't care about anything else.
How much do you have on read?
I have 2.
I'm going to give you one of my drives,
gonna
and so
give you one
this
of mine
is
Oh, the
Just
idiot!
how would I be helping?
Well, you know what? Actually, well, I don't want to take it away from you, but Evander already did a read roll.
Yeah.
And you were saying that you wanted to help. I don't want to take it away from Lemon. Like if you want to have Lemon do that, that's fine. We can just say that you're also aiding with Evelyn with this read. Like you can be reading what is happening, what's going on with Jasper. So that's fine. We'll give it to Lemon, and then
Okay.
and then yeah, you two are just kind of like next to each other because Evander, you asked Lemon to come by, and
Yeah.
ooh, you know what? I'll say that the way that you're aiding is by like kind of drawing and understanding the scene,
I love
understanding the emotions behind the pain that's in Jasper's face. That's how you're helping, as
Okay.
Evelyn is standing just next to you, and you can see the very vague, though tense, body language, like the facial expressions that he gives.
Yeah. I'm making like notes that are large enough for the two of them to see, like pointing little arrows to what I'm noticing.
It's a little rude to be drawing someone who's dying.
I'm just going to with quickly. Oh, that's not going to work. Okay, I'm just going to boop your nose with my pencil.
Boop. Right. Evelyn, what did you roll?
I waited.
Oh, okay. Good.
Math rocks.
Math rocks.
My lowest roll was 2 5s. Or, yeah, because I got I got 1 6 and 2 5s. So,
Wow.
5.
Okay.
That was really lucky. That's never going to happen again.
Pretty good.
Not with that attitude.
Taking
Just the chances, you know.
taking a look at Jasper and trying to read his emotions as you bring up this orb. He seems to be almost relieved, which leads you to understand that he probably doesn't have it currently.
Okay.
And as you're, are you asking directly where is the orb?
Yeah.
Okay. As you say something like that, I can't tell you.
You're going to tell me or your death is going to come much quicker.
You see, like, with his cough, this black, like, ichor comes out of his mouth as he... I'd be dead anyways, if I told you.
Would you prefer a painful death or a painless one? That's what I'm asking. Now tell me, where is the orb?
If I were to paint him, would I get a bleed? Like, just kind of indirectly with a paintbrush?
No, I wouldn't say, like, indirectly you would get a bleed through that, especially since you said that you were putting on that anti-bleed suit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so then I would say no, you're okay.
Because I was going to... I don't know if I have this. Where is it? Would this be sway?
Mm-hmm.
Because I was going to... Because he's... Since Evelyn's kind of bullying him, I was going to start drawing some symbols on him and tell him, do you know what these are? These are occult symbols. And if you aren't helpful, they will activate, sap what little energy and youth you have left and give it to me, and cause you a great deal of pain.
Yes, that one.
Go ahead and do a sway roll. And I would say
Okay.
that, Evelyn,
I will-
if you want to give one of your drives, you definitely could.
Yeah, I think that's my first drive I'm giving.
Nice. Give him all for the end.
Sweet.
Might need
I'm going to use one of my own drives
Okay.
as well to give me a total of 4
Wow. All right.
dice, just because I really want to
Yeah.
make sure I do this. I'm going to use both of my lemon dice.
Lemon dice.
Woo!
Oh my god. 3 3s to 4.
All right. So, you know how I said that you wouldn't, directly take some bleed?
Yeah.
So I kind of lied. So with that 4, you succeed, and with the little amount of strength that he has, he and moves his hand out of the way, and as he does, he brushes against your hand. That's a pun, because you're brushes again. I was
that.
This is good. Anyways, so he brushes against your hand, and as he does, you feel that lightning shoot through yours. You feel now your hand beginning just from that briefest of moments, this black spot on the top of your hand. You take that bleed mark. However, no. Okay.
Would I gain more information about this?
Oh. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can. So you took that bleed mark. What would you like to know?
Fucking never think that far ahead.
What was the orb last
so-
scene? Where's the orb?
Yeah, that's why
Yeah,
we're
would
there.
that work?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, where did he see the orb last? Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Orbs last-
Because like we're assuming that the orb caused this.
Yes,
bleed on
absolutely.
him?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
then I think. Yeah, I think that would
Okay.
probably work. Yeah.
You again begin to see these visions flashing past you. You see him walking through the door and then collapsing. You see the orb as it rolls across the floor. Looking over, you can see this line of black as it lands into the wall on the other side. And then you see him getting up, making it to the bed. And like this quick flash of light to dark, light to dark, light to dark, as you see just days going by until you see the door opening up. This figure walks in. You can see that it is a woman dressed in very nice clothing. She walks up, looks over, stops as she sees the orb on the other side of this room. And you just hear as it's slightly muffled for you. And you just hear Jasper groaning. With loss, we gain. And then you see her walking over with this bag in her hand, putting on a glove, grabbing the orb, placing it in that bag, taking the glove off and throwing it inside, closing it, and walks out.
Got a freaking Palantir.
Interesting. Of course, I relay this back to the group.
Of course.
And just kind of linger on the with loss we gain. We don't suppose.
Would you tell us that with loss we gain message?
Yes.
Can I use that message to sway the remains of Mr. Jasper?
So, that sway roll was never finished up because we had stopped with the taking of bleed, and then you had that vision of this. So you still have that sway roll, Lemon. So you can ask whatever you would like. You feel the barrier that was keeping you from open communication has now slightly fell.
Who is she?
Who is she? But that is the question too. Who is she?
I can't tell you, but she's going to the verge. She's heading to the train station.
How long
How
ago?
much?
A few hours.
Trains. Which train would she have gotten on?
I don't know.
Where are we already too
number.
late. It doesn't matter.
It's the one going to the Verge.
Where's Converge?
The Verge on the outskirts of the city, on the other side of the battlegrounds. The Verge is a place that every Newfarer knows. It is the very edge. It looks like the edge of the world almost, which is why they call it the Verge. It's like a mountain-like hill that is far outside of Newfair, past the battlegrounds that they had with Otherwhere. It is far away. However, you do know of a train that goes to the Haven Hills that then you could travel to the Verge through.
I have no more questions for this man. Do what you want with him. And she's going to start walking out. I'm going to the train station. If you guys are coming with me, you better come now.
Another train, Evelyn.
Another train.
Okay.
I hope you've eaten something so you can actually throw it up.
I haven't eaten anything yet. I'm
Well,
hungry.
then you're going to throw up some bile.
Okay.
I wish I did have some kind of magic to sap the youth from him.
What was a lie?
'Cause that would be so cool.
Yeah. Okay.
The end.
The end. You all quickly leave Jasper's last apartment as you all begin to rush towards the train station in some sort of hope to get there in time. You all arrive at the train station in, what was the, I can't remember the, district. There we go. God, I couldn't remember the name. What is this one? Anyways, it's not that important. You make it to the district that has the cable car train station. And as you do, you find there is a train that just arrived. So there is a lot of people that are coming off. Wow, that was way louder than I expected it to be. But you see that there are people that are coming off their trains and they are expecting to be somewhere. So you see that they're rushing by. You do find a list of those, going to the Crimson. Oh, fucking goddamn it. The Scarlet Woods. That's not what it was. It wasn't the Crimson. It's the Scarlet Woods. You see one going to the Scarlet Woods. You see one going to Seasway. You see one going to Tottergrass. And then you see one going to the Haven Hills, which is leaving now.
That's the one. Haven Hills. That's the one.
Fantastic.
We better run.
So you
Everyone
begin
purchases
rushing
the
through.
tickets and goes.
Okay. As you rush through, you get to, there is this train station is actually pretty beautiful. It's a very long and open, what's the word, quad area where it's like just this open area where people go back and forth going to different trains. You see that there are stairs that go up to a second floor, which is where the trains come from. So it's just like a little bit of a hill that comes up to this, departure and arrivals. You run up the stairs, and as you do, one of the things that you didn't see as you were rushing forward is you find these 4 people that are currently wearing black, all black. You see that they have gloves on their hands, and just from you getting near them, you see that they immediately look towards each of you. They had their eyes on you ever since you got in here. They knew who they were looking for. So, you see them all reaching out. I need everybody to do, I would say, a move roll.
May I hide?
Sure. Okay. I will allow a hide roll.
I've got nothing for move. Yeah, can I do hide?
I've got one move, but I'm gonna use two. I'm gonna use 2 drives.
Fantastic.
That's
I'm
6.
I'm gonna
Hell
hide
yeah.
and use my last drive for cunning.
Okay. 5.
Double 5.
Ooh.
Wish that was something.
I know.
5.
5.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do.
Okay.
Nice.
As you all rush up the stairs, Evelyn, you're the first one through, and you push them out of your way as you're rushing towards the train station where the actual trains are going. They try to grab onto you, but they can't. You see that the 4 of them, one pulling out a gun, the other 3 pulling out knives. They try to stab into Evander, which I think you got a 5 as well, right? Okay. They try to stab into Evander, but they're not successful. However, they grab onto your clothes and you are kept there. Emma and Lemon, you both take this chaos as an advantage to go around them without them seeing. However, the one with the gun shoots up in the air, and you see all of these people are just going wild as they're trying to rush away from this person. They don't know really where the gunshot came from, and you can see all of the people that were coming down this hall, this departure and arrivals hall. You see they are all rushing towards you. As you try to get through the crowd, you are unsuccessful to get any further because they are pushing you back. Evelyn, you are dodging your way through this crowd very expertly.
Good, because I have a handheld weapon.
Okay, so you have a handheld weapon. What would you like for your handheld weapon?
Probably a gun at this point. I'm still kind of far away.
Okay, so you have a gun, probably a pistol since it's a handheld.
Yeah, something classy.
Let's throw it back. Okay, cool.
Actually, I'm gonna change that. A gun doesn't seem to fit Evelyn's vibe. I think I'm gonna go with a knife because
Okay.
I think she would prefer to kill up close.
Great. Totally makes sense.
Space.
Okay. So with this situation, I will go to, since Evelyn, you were the one that had a success, what would you like to do?
So she's getting through the crowd so well, she wants to kind of continue into the crowd and behind the guys and go up from behind and take one down.
Okay.
The one that's holding Evander.
Sure. Go ahead and do, I would say strike roll, and since you are going around in a stealthy way, I will give you an extra dice.
Okay.
Us.
And this was for which one again? Sorry.
Strike.
Okay.
Evander, did you want to help?
I don't want to help. I want to look at Evelyn with complicit eyes and give her this look like, are we doing this again?
Right. Okay. So, Evelyn, as you jump up to the back of this person and you stab into their side, their torso, you can feel that blood coming out of it immediately. And then you see Evander like, again, right? You pull out the knife, and then immediately this person's this like kind of taller guy brings his elbow around and then hits you right in the nose. You immediately also start bleeding. You're going to take a body mark, as well as this one is going to take a body mark.
I would react then. I do have a hidden weapon, which Evelyn gave me just in case of emergency.
Of course. And I will also like to remind you that you guys have 3 gilded die that you can give at any point.
What would the weapon be, Erika?
The weapon that she has is a very long, elegant knife.
One you could have given Evander in case of emergency, like just
A
don't cut
boot
yourself.
knife.
Brass knuckles.
Nice.
Ooh.
Good.
Love it.
So my hidden weapon is brass knuckles. I would just like turn into my jacket
Yeah.
those things in and do that face of like again, and just like hit the guy in the face.
Okay, so as he brings the elbow around, you then grab onto the brass knuckles and just go whack right into the head. Go ahead and do a strike roll.
Okay, I'm gonna use all of my nerve drive
Let's go.
because I have 0, so that's just 3d6. I have no more drive on. But this is good. This is a 5. This is another 5. I've been 5ing all through.
You got it. Great. Okay, so you, as the elbow goes back, you just go with an uppercut right into his chin. You see, you crack the bottom of the jaw. It is a broken jaw, and more so, you find that from the force of that punch, the guy falls down and he is out.
Evander is very sloppy when fighting. Like, you could have like how this strength was more than he was expecting, and he's just like almost stumbles after the uppercut.
That totally makes sense. So you stumble after the uppercut, and then you feel like your hands go down onto the ground, and you like scratch into your hands. You're gonna take a body mark as it just like scrapes in, and you're starting to bleed from the multiple different cuts as those rocks go into your skin. After that, we are going to go to Emma or Lemon. You guys get to decide. You guys are doing the same thing.
Oh, I was gonna say Emma. Okay, Lemon.
Alrighty. Lemon, what do you do?
Oh, jeez, I'm being chased right now, right?
Correct. Well, yes. There are now 3 of these black hand people that are trying to stop you from going further in. There was a gunshot. Big crowd is now rushing towards you, keeping you from going forward. You swore that you saw Evelyn get into the crowd, and then you saw her as she ran past you with a knife in her hand. What would you like to do then?
I think I want to roll focus so I can kind of get a grasp of like where everyone is.
Okay.
And to kind of plan maybe in an escape. Like even if we can't all go.
Sure.
At least I can go.
Go ahead and do a focus roll then. Actually, let's see. Yeah. Focus roll.
Cool. That is 2, and then I am going to burn a drive.
Okay.
To give me 3. Hey, a 6.
Okay.
You find it, open it?
Fantastic. So, one of the things that you notice, you're turning around and looking as Evelyn passes you. You see Emma doing the same. You look past, and immediately when you look back, you hear the train whistling as you hear. You see from the distance through that hallway, one of the trains is leaving. It might be yours. So I will let you decide what you want to do. Do you want to run back, or do you want to run forward?
We have to get on that plane. We have to get on that train.
Plane would have been.
Is that the train? Is Emma by me?
Yeah.
Emma was right next to you. Yeah, you both kind of like hid out of the way as you walked past the 4.
All right. Emma, do you want to come with me?
We have to get on that.
We're getting on that train. So I'm going to grab Emma's hand, and we are running.
Emma.
Yeah.
I need you to do a move roll.
I have an alternate suggestion.
Okay. Yeah.
I took in my level up the prestige, which lets me roll sense, and then I can teleport a short distance. But if I succeed, I also take a bleed.
Correct.
But what Emma is afraid of, and Emily is also afraid of, is that perhaps I will teleport onto the wrong train. So how certain is she?
Oh my God.
So it's a short distance. It's a short
Mhm.
distance. So I would say that you would know, you could get to the end of this hall onto the train platform. very close to the train. So you won't just appear on some random fucking train. Like you're good enough to where you know where you're going to be teleporting, and I would say just before the train you could teleport there.
Absolutely incredible. Okay.
However, you need to succeed on the sense roll.
But I have 2.
Okay.
And I have all my resistances.
Oh, and okay. Do you want me to burn a drive to help you too?
No, I'm gonna burn a drive, so don't even worry about it.
Okay.
I'm just gonna reroll one of my dice another time because I threw my other d6 on the ground.
Awesome.
I got double 6s.
That's a crit.
Double fucking 6s.
With the 6, or actually with the crit, you and Lemon are both holding on to each other. Both of you go through this nether as you swim through this crowd of people as you come back out just next to the train. Lemon, you're gonna have to talk about that later because that was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But it also you also feel like you're gonna throw up, but you hold it down. Okay, you are right next to the train, going back to Evelyn and Evander. We'll go to Evelyn since you were the one that started it off. What do you want to do?
Yes. There's 2 other guys there, right? There's 3
others.
total.
Just one.
So-
There was 4.
Yeah, go ahead.
One of them you saw Evander just fucking uppercut and just poof as the guy fell just in front of you, and now you still have the 3 others. One with a gun, the other 2 with a knife.
The only thing that just before your turn, Erika, you'd know that that Evander usually holds flash powder and smoke bombs. You just know that.
Out of safety, she's gonna go and try to get the guy with the gun.
Okay.
To not disrupt any plans that
Sure. Okay.
Vander would have. Okay.
So then what do you want to do as you're going for this person? Are you trying to like attack them with the knife?
Yes.
Okay. So then go ahead and do a strike roll.
Okay. I think that was just 1 die. Yep. That was a 6.
Nice. Okay, so
I'm not kidding.
with a 6 for sure this happens. So as you're rushing up, you see that they're about to take aim at Evander. You stab into the arm and you see them release the gun.
Yes.
It falls down to the ground as they look over to you. They're trying to hit you, but you release the knife and like duck under the attack. Yeah, if you got a crit, you would have gotten the gun, but with a 6, you take no damage. You stab it, they drop the gun. They're gonna have to use some sort of an action just to pick it up.
Okay.
Cool. Going over to Evander.
Okay, I would just activate a smoke bomb. First, I would try to see where the gun is. Once the smoke goes off,
Okay,
I would grab it.
you're going for the gun.
I'm gonna activate a smoke bomb and give Evelyn the sign.
Awesome.
And just activate a smoke bomb.
Okay,
She'll kind of duck.
go ahead and do a move roll as you're rushing towards the gun and you're throwing this smoke bomb down.
Yeah, that's not gonna. I just have 1, so it goes nothing. That's a 4.
Okay, a 4. You throw down the smoke bomb, and as you reach for the gun, you grab it. But then you feel this stabbing pain in your shoulder as one of them just brings their knife directly into your right shoulder. You have the gun in your hand, with your brass knuckles as well, and you are hidden-ish. It's definitely like this big old cloud of smoke now erupts from this smoke bomb, and it is very cloudy around you. You take 2 body marks from just the stab directly into your shoulder.
That's
And then-
my 3rd body mark.
That's your 3rd? Okay. Oh, yeah. All right. You are not out. You need to get 4. However, we return over to Lemon and Emma. Since Lemon, you went first last time, what would you like to do? As you teleport and land just next to this train.
Going to continue to not throw up.
Yes.
I think that's my main action.
Right.
I guess
It's a free action. You're good.
I want to see where Evander and Evelyn are
You would have
before we hop on.
Well, turning around, you see that hallway that all of the arrivals and departure folks are going down, and then you just see this as this giant cloud of smoke appears. You know that to be Evander's smoke bomb for sure. So they are all the way over there, probably around like 30 feet away.
This feels very Bourne Identity.
Yeah,
It totally does.
I love those.
Has the train started moving?
The train has started moving. Yeah. The only reason why you're just next to it right now is because you just teleported there. You can see like the last 3 cars are coming towards you right now. Like if you don't act now, you're going to miss it.
I'm hopping on.
Okay. Jump on. Go ahead and do a move roll.
Oh.
Would you like a drive?
Yes, please.
That was so
got
cute.
it.
Would you like a drive?
I got you.
Okay,
That's
so
so
with the drive, if
adorable.
I had disadvantage, then it's just 1 dice.
Just 1 dice. Correct.
Actually,
Music is great.
use this one. 5.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So you jump onto the train. Thankfully, Emma was able to like help you jump onto it, so she like lifted you up with a little bit of a hoof, and as you land onto the ground on the train, you are not ready for like that quick movement as the train is moving when you're jumping up. You fall over and you twist your ankle. It pops. You have a bit of a limp now. You're gonna take a body, but you are successfully on the train for now. Emma,
For
what do you want to do?
now.
Emma wants to also get on the train.
Okay. I will also need a move roll from you.
Okay. I'm also going to use one of the dice that I got from chat and a drive as well, because
Alrighty.
this is not my strength.
And remember, you have 3 dice that you can use that are gilded dice.
Ooh.
For any roll.
Okay, I didn't declare it before, but I already rolled. I'll remember that for next time though.
Okay.
On the 3 dice that I had, I rolled a 3, a 1, and a 5. So thank goodness we have a success.
Okay. So you also jump on. I'm gonna say that from just using that teleport, you know that it takes a lot of effort in order to do that, and you feel that headache finally catching on. You're gonna take a brain mark from just that.
Yeah.
You take a second as you're kind of like stunned, incapacitated at the moment where that rush of blood into your head is just pulsing through you. You'll take the brain mark, but you are both on the train for now.
Can I also say that, like, as I jump, my hair lifted up a little bit, and there's a little bit of black ichor dripping from my ears.
Yes, love it. That is amazing. Okay. Coming back to Evelyn. You have a knife that you've just taken out of the arm of the person with a gun who no longer has a weapon now. And it is completely cloudy here. What would you want to do?
I want to see if I can kind of like sense where Evander is at, try to grab his hand and run.
That would be you're a what role are you?
Slink.
You're a slink. I would say that this would not be a sense. If you were like a weird, I would say sure you can like
That would make
sense for the like whatever body aura, whatever. But this would be a survey roll.
Okay, that I can do.
Okay.
And I can help with one. I can
That
help
would be
with one drive.
great because I only had
Yeah.
1 die.
I can help with one drive. If I help, I'm not guilting, right?
Right. Yeah. If you're helping, it's not like a gilded die. But
Good.
again, you do have those 3 gilded dice, so it's up to you.
I got a 3.
Okay.
Would you like to spend a resistance?
And then I can re-roll. Or
I don't think you have a resistance in
do I
intuition.
not have any? Oh, maybe I don't. I should have spent a drive. Can I
So
spend a drive on myself?
you
Yeah.
go through
Dang
the
it.
cloud and you find Evander.
I don't like that you let me do that.
And then
There's a
Evander
butt in
gets
there.
up and stabs you directly in the stomach as this isn't Evander, this is one of them. You see this
Shit.
black hand stabbing this crooked knife into you. You cough up blood. You're gonna take 2 body marks.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh, I'm at max for body. No.
And that is that. Evander,
Homie just leaves it like that.
Yep.
what do you want to do?
Looking at my stats right now. I would also do like this entire situation is confusing, but Evander's been inside this situation before. So I would survey.
Okay.
I would survey to help Evelyn.
Okay. So you're trying to find Evelyn through the smoke as well.
I would probably know where she is. Maybe not. Yeah, I'll survey.
I'm
Yeah,
like
go ahead and
sinking
do
into
just go
my
ahead and do
chair.
a survey. It's you had eyes on Evelyn, but now you saw another body and it's starting to get around the smoke is starting to like get in your eyes and you are having a tough time differentiating between the random shapes that are in here. It's
Yeah,
like the
not
cup game where you just blinked once and you missed it and now you don't know which one is which.
It's a 4.
Okay. And then you see this stab and you hear her that is her voice. That is her. You know exactly where she is, but she just got stabbed. So, with your sense roll, I will allow you to move over or do something. What would you like to do?
I would shoot.
Okay. Do a control roll.
Okay.
And-
Okay.
Don't fail.
For
You
real.
I've got 0.
You're rolling at disadvantage?
Yes.
You have a guild. You have 3
no.
gilded dice that you can use.
Use a dice.
Can I
wanna use
all the
one?
3 gilded dice?
That is up to you guys to decide. Do you want him to use all 3 or do you want him to use 2, 1? Totally up
I'm
to you.
pretty
You
sure
guys can
I
decide.
used 1 gilded die.
I don't think so.
you did.
Did
No,
I not?
I don't think
I
anybody
thought I
used
had-
any. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Okay, never mind then. Thought I did.
Cool.
Oh well.
I would say take 2 or 3.
Two.
Whatever you
Let's
feel
take
better.
2.
2? Let's do 2.
Great.
Just in case we
Go
need
for it.
one later.
Two,
That was probably
two-
a bad idea.
Will this be with disadvantage then?
No, this would be just two dice that you get to roll and you take the highest one.
Okay, well,
have
is
any
Evelyn
resistance?
about to die?
Oh no.
Do you have resistance?
Oh
do have resistance. I
no.
do have
Okay.
resistance.
Use that fucking resistance.
I will use that
Don't
fucking
scare me
resistance.
like that.
And
So
wasn't resistant too.
with resistance, you do not get any added dice. So you are
Okay.
rolling with disadvantage again.
I'm gonna
Oh,
wait here,
right.
okay?
I
Because
have
it
to
says the
roll
number
again.
of dice
You have
equal
to
to your
roll
action
with
rating, and your
disadvantage.
action rating is 0.
Shit,
Ooh, okay.
You have
So
one
two
more
dice,
gilded
okay.
dice if you would like to add it.
Guys,
One last one.
do it! I don't want to
Do
die!
it. Take it. Take it.
One gilded
A
die.
life is
Here
on the
goes-
line.
Here goes nothing. Here goes nothing.
You're gonna take the last die. Okay.
Here goes something.
Six. That's a 6. That's
A 6.
It was everything we ever
Oh.
needed.
Man. All right.
I'm gonna cry.
You almost pull the trigger. You this close. You feel it like kind of move back, and you're not good with weapons.
I'm
So
gonna
when you
faint.
pull the trigger a little bit back, you move in expecting. Oh shit! You're not supposed to do that. That makes it go wide. And you close your eyes and shoot. And you see a body drop. Evelyn, The knife comes out of your stomach, and you see the body of this black hand fall to the ground in front of you, and you just see the body of Evander on the ground with something glowing red in his hand. The gun. That person is down.
You couldn't have done that a few seconds sooner. Thank you anyways.
I don't know how to use these things.
It's okay. It's fine. She's just
Returning, go ahead.
putting as much pressure on her chest
Yeah.
as she can.
Returning back to Lemon and Emma, you are on the train. You see that there is a lot of passengers that are looking out the window trying to see what the hell is going on. And as you open up the back of the rail car, you see all of them now looking towards you. You have an audience of people just watching, expecting whatever you're doing. What do you all want to do?
I'm gonna wave.
Okay. With a
Hello.
slight limp as you're walking
Yes.
through. All right.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything else we really can do.
I think we want to see if we can track down who might have the orb, right?
Absolutely. So you
Yeah.
Would-
go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, if they left hours ago, like, would they?
But they
Beyond
were
this
left hours
train?
ago to get on this train.
They left the apartment
Oh.
hours ago.
Okay, then yeah, we're
And it
going
could have been-
inside that.
It could have been like they left, they did something, and then they went here. So this is a train that's going to the Haven Hills. This might be your best shot.
Then yeah, we're going in. We're searching.
Okay, so
That'd
then
be the
who is
only
going to
shot.
helm the search roll?
I'm not
That's-
very good at survey. I would love to give you a drive because I have 2 drive
Oh.
left.
I have nothing in survey, but
Sweet.
I have 4 drive and 2 resistance. So, okay, so I'm going to burn.
Why don't you use the D6 that RLU just gave, and then I'll also give you
Yes.
a drive. You can roll 2, and then you have, if you have to do a resistance, and you'll just be rolling at disadvantage, and that'll be what it is.
Also, just to
Okay.
remind Evander that you got a drive point back because you used, that was a gilded die that you rolled, just so you know. So you get, Evander gets
Amazing.
one of his, he gets a nerve drive back, just so you know. Because it was a gilded
Okay,
die.
so that's 3 dice I'm rolling then.
I think it's just 2,
Unless you're
unless
adding
you're
a
using
drive.
a drive.
Yeah, I'll add a drive. So
Okay,
you
so
gave
then,
me a
yeah,
drive,
that's-
got the other one. Okay.
Yeah, 3.
Thanks, chat.
Shit, I got a 1 and 2 3s. Should I
Okay,
burn resistance?
it is up to you. That would be
You'll roll at
a
disadvantage.
roll at disadvantage.
I think that I also have an action left, so I could also
do.
just try.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna
Cool.
burn my final drive. For
and
1 dice.
You got awarded a D6 too.
Oh, you're right. I'll spend that too.
Before then, you and Lemon are rushing through this passenger car trying to find somebody that looks similar to Lemon. You know exactly what this figure looks like, what they were wearing. So you're looking for that description. You drew it. So now, Emma, you know what you're looking for. As you're rushing down this central hallway, Lemon, you feel this stab. As you see, another one of the Black Hands has been on the train waiting for somebody to get on here. As they stand up, you see this kind of lithe woman as she pulls the knife out, and then she just stands in front of you. Emma, what would you like to do?
And Lemon just got stabbed?
Oh, right. Lemon, you take 2 body marks.
No!
Oh, shit. I'm gonna.
I shouldn't
I'm
have
at
said
3.
anything. You're
I'm
at
gonna
3?
call the old lady a dick.
Mm-hmm.
You dick.
Great. This isn't the old lady that you had seen. This is just another one of them thugs that are trying to keep you from doing whatever you're doing.
Yeah, so calling them a dick.
Great. Yeah.
That's
Definitely.
reaction. Yeah.
100%. Emma.
Are you giving me a drive, perchance?
Yes.
Thank
Great.
you. I love that for me. With this, I'm cinematically think that like maybe Lemon has been describing the person that he saw in the vision.
Yeah,
It looks
yeah,
like,
like
it looks like
drew
this
it.
person.
Drew it, yeah.
Yes.
Druid, of course. It's so obvious now. Okay, I've got a 6, a 5, and a 3. And the 6 was on the gilded dice.
Fantastic.
Okay.
At the very
That
front,
drive.
you see the cable car door opening. You see the woman who was wearing a hat, this very short top hat, very stylish. You see that she's wearing this overcoat with golden hue of a shirt and a scarf. You see that her gray hair is brought up into a bun with a few strands coming down from her cheekbones. You see Veronica Songbird standing at the other end of the cable car.
I knew it.
So, as you see this, Evelyn, what would you like to do?
First of all, that is the second time poor Danielle has had his parents used against him on D5.
I was really hoping that Evander was the one on the train, but this is just as good.
Oh my gosh, this is hilarious. I don't think Evelyn knows what to do right now. It's been a long time since she's been like grievously hurt. Like the stuff on her face, she just got into a fight. She was mad. I think she's just at this point just struggling to stay alive.
Yeah. There are 2 other people in here and then another one with Evander.
Do eyes Fanta, do you still have the gun?
I do.
Give it to me.
Yeah.
I'll get her to go.
Great. You grab it out of his hands. Free action.
Sweet.
So,
Action, grab a gun. Okay, so she's gonna try and shoot at whichever one is closest.
great. Yeah. So you see that the 2 of them are starting to merge in as you 2 have gotten together. You have the gun now. You're shooting at one of the figures in this cloud of smoke.
Yeah.
Go ahead and do a control roll.
Erika. And that was 5.
Good.
A 5. Awesome. Okay. I'm trying to find some other way outside of a body mark to give you, but I just cannot think of anything
It's
else
okay.
in this moment.
It's okay. It's okay.
So, as you shoot at one of them that is coming directly towards you, you shoot directly into their heart. They are taken aback, but they've already reached you. You feel another knife plunged into your chest. You're having a hard time breathing as it has pierced your lungs, and you go down onto the ground. You are incapacitated for the rest of the scene. Evander,
Yes.
you have the gun taken from you. You see that Evelyn has shot one of them, and you see another one on your other side. What do you want to do?
If cinematically possible, I would turn to Evelyn and be like, "What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Tell me what to do."
No
Struggling
answer.
to breathe. Just struggling to breathe. Just.
Evander is really bad at making his own choices. 2 more, guys?
Yep.
I'll try and shit. Just in terms of mechanics. Oh, why you're such a coward, Evander. I'm gonna run.
Yes, we love that.
Yeah,
All right.
It fits him so well.
It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I need you to either do a hide roll or a move roll, depending on how you want to.
I can add 4 dice to the hide roll.
So then, if you want to try and slink out of this cloud of smoke and run, go ahead and do a hide roll.
Yeah, I'm just gonna consume all those 4 dice. Shit. Why are you a coward, boy?
Every group needs one.
Well, that's 5.
Okay. You see Evelyn go down, and you're trying to think as hard as you can, and this is just this is too much. You're gonna take a brain mark, and then you rush out as you feel this grief and you feel guilt as you are leaving Evelyn for dead. But you appear outside of this smoke ball and you book it out of the train station. Actually, clarifying, are you going towards the train or are you going out?
I feel like you'd go towards the train maybe because you know that the other two feel like safety.
Yeah, I like
Okay.
Evander needs orders. Evander needs orders, and he feels useless and stupid, and he's just like basically thinking, this is another fucking job you're going to botch.
And you just killed Evelyn.
You did. Okay. You rush through the tunnel, making your way towards the station. The platform. Lemon. You just had a knife stabbed into your stomach. And you see on the other end, this woman. She looks familiar. Definitely the one that you saw from the vision that you had. But more than that. You can't quite place it. But more important things are in front of you as you see this person still just standing there. She's ready to go with a knife in her hand. What do you want to do?
I have an idea if you want me to go first.
Yes, go first.
Great,
Okay.
do it.
Go up, queen!
So, Emma is going to straighten up, shoulders back, chin up, as she makes eye contact with the person down the train. Then her attention flicks back to the person standing in front of them with a knife. And she's going to say, a wonderful time for a performance, don't you think? Let us do an easy one. Now you see me, and I'm going to toss down some flash powder, or no, some smoke bomb, and I'm going to say, now you don't. And I'm going to try and have a sneak past.
Okay. Go ahead and do a hide check.
Okay. This is
However,
a real gilded. Uh-oh.
if you are trying to take Lemon with you, you are taking 1 dice away.
Is this what kind of roll is this?
This is a hide roll. Because this is a little you could do it. You're good at hiding. But adding another person to that's a different story to try and pass by somebody in this narrow little walkway.
Definitely.
As you're about to throw, I'm going to look at you and say, just mouth it.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to spend a drive.
Okay.
I have 1 left in cunning after this. That brings me to 3 dice. We're going to try it. We're just going to see what happens.
Go for it.
2 5s, neither on my gilded dice.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do that.
Okay.
I'm just going to stick with it.
You come running past. And you're not taking any attack from this person. They don't know where you are. You can hear them coughing as the smoke shoots into the air. However, as you exit and you land just next to Veronica, you feel the hand of her around your neck, and you look down and you see it is completely black, and you feel this lightning shoot through you. You take 2 bleed marks.
That will take me out.
Does it take you out?
Yeah, I only have 1 left.
Oh, shit.
Because I did take a bleed on my critical success, right? Or did I not take a bleed on that?
I gave you the crit for both of you moving, so I would say that you did take a bleed. So you have, you take 4 then? This is the 4th?
This is the 4th.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Emma, you hid past the one with the knife, but you didn't expect this person to be ready for you. As you exit this smoke bomb, you had what did you have ready to try and confront her?
I had in my sleeve, my fancy sleeve, I had a hidden gun that was like attached to like one of those levers that was gonna pop into my hand and I was gonna shoot her.
Ooh. With your dying breath, I will give you a control roll with disadvantage.
Okay.
Okay.
Disadvantage. All right, so I have 1. I'm just rolling disadvantage instead.
So yeah, two dice, lowest one.
I got a 6 and a 4.
A 4 does it. So you feel this ungloved hand reach onto your neck, and then and the gun appears in your hand, and poof, you shoot, and you see her drop you. Surprised that you had even been able to do that, as you fall and collapse in front of her, and she turns around and walks out of this cable car with blood flowing out of this entrance wound of that bullet. However, you go unconscious from the sheer amount of bleed that shot through you. Going back to Lemon. You are in a cloud of smoke. There is a person just in front of you with a knife. What would you like to do? As you hear this gunshot through the cable car, you hear the different people screaming from just this sheer bang. You can hear just a slight ringing. What do you do?
I'm going to go towards the gunshot.
Okay, so you're rushing past. You're trying to do, like, you're trying to hide or you're trying to move past?
Oh boy, probably... Well, I've got nothing in move, so I guess hide or... my other option... I have my own gun. Try
do a control.
Also smoke bomb.
There's already smoke there.
There is smoke there.
Like, is that going to give me disadvantage?
I haven't been giving disadvantage because the only reason is both of you are in this smoke. I'm giving you like a hide, like you can get out. But I mean, and you're also so close to this person anyways that you can see their figure there.
Okay, I'm gonna roll strike. I'm gonna pull out my own little gun.
It'll be a control roll to shoot.
Yeah, control. So
Okay.
that's a 5.
Okay.
Everybody's feeling like Danielle right now.
I'm trying to find another way how to end it other than the way that Evelyn had, but this is the exact same situation. As you shoot, you feel the knife stabbing into you. That body falls. You have this knife still in your stomach. As you exit the smoke, you fall to the ground, your head leaving this ball of smoke, this cloud, as you see Emma on the ground, and you crawl just next to her before finally you pass out on the ground.
My last words are, what is it? You must
take what you
sacrifice to gain.
Yeah, you lose when you gain.
You
or
lose to gain.
You lose to gain.
Okay. Well,
How do I gray out my screen?
You go, so where it's the video, there's a little arrow that pops up. You choose video filter, and it's noir.
that brings us to Evander.
Surprised you're still alive.
I am too, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm the first one.
Evander, you escaped from this smoke bomb. It did its job. You're out. You know Evelyn is back there, and you hear as
Conscience.
the two that are still there finish the job. Where do you go after this? You're rushing out of the train station. That's right, you're rushing towards the train, and you see it's gone. There is no way that you can run and catch it. That it is gone. So, you have a few options here. One, you get on the train that leaves to somewhere else and you just get out of here. Or two, you turn back around and you get back to your lighthouse, your lightkeeper, and you tell them what the fuck is going on. What does Evander do?
I'm thinking. No, he's quit too many jobs already. Not gonna quit this one.
Fuck yeah. Love that little arc for him. Hell yes.
He needs to make his aunt proud.
Oh yeah.
And
Okay.
because he needs to make his aunt proud, who probably basically sent him on that job knowing he was going to budget.
Yep.
He's going back to Lightkeeper.
Okay. So, there's more than one entrance into this platform area. You take the long way around in order to leave them. And as you do, you look back around the corner and you see the two black hands looking around. One of them with a gun in their hands, another with a knife. They don't see you. You go around the train station and return back to the Dawn Market, where your lightkeeper is, explaining that they're going to the Verge. And unfortunately, Evander doesn't know exactly who it is. But you had suspected something as Danielle. So I will allow you to do an analyze roll. All of these clues are finally coming to an end. You had seen the picture that Lemon had drawn. You had seen the gray hair that Emma had taken out of that book.
Analyze this survey.
Focus.
Oh, focus is good.
Good, okay.
I'm gonna use my last drive here. I'm so glad I put those points in there. There you go.
Oh, that's where you put the two level up ones? Nice.
Yeah, because yeah. 2d6. That's a 5.
Perfect. You finally come to this realization. You're running towards the Dawn Market. And then you just stop.
Battered up. I'm in free.
Yeah.
Body. I'm
Absolutely.
gonna puke probably again.
Free action, but most of all, you're rushing through New Fair, trying to get to the Dawn Market, trying to get back to your chapter house, but you stop because as you're running, you're piecing everything together, and finally you come to the one explanation that it could be. And that's Veronica being this person that you had seen. You take that brain mark from just that and you vomit. However, you are the only survivor of the Circle of the Dawn Market. And you are alive to tell the tale, to hopefully aid whoever finishes this job. And that is where we end tonight's session.
Oh,
So good.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Thanks for being here.
I guess.
That was amazing.
That was, you guys, that was, it was so good. It was so good. That went better than I expected.
Of all people to survive fucking Evander.
Right? I thought the opposite. I thought the person that was gonna make it to the train was gonna be Evander, and that you were gonna get this cool reveal that your aunt is the one that's pulling all of the strings. But I like this better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because now you are the one that has to live with this being your aunt, your family.
Yeah.
And you were placed here because she wanted you to fail.
Because you're a fuck up.
So good. Mm.
Oh man, that was so amazing storytelling. Holy shit.
Wow.
Okay. Oh, well, thanks for stopping by, everybody, to Roll D5. This was a bit longer of a game, but we are.
This is a comedy show.
Well, to be fair, most of the time it's comedy.
It's October. You gotta
And
do a
it's
little bit of
October.
spooky.
Super
You
spooky.
do. You
Mhm.
have to do it for Spooky Month. Speaking of which, that is it for October's streams. However, the first stream to come up in November will be part 3 of Candela Obscura. And we have no idea what's gonna happen or what on earth. We don't know. Yes, part 3. So we'll have this up here soon for you guys to watch. Wow, I'm still riding on a high. So thank everybody for stopping by and being patient for us, with us, and enjoy the story as we went a little bit longer than normal. It was 10 out of 10 worth it. So what we're gonna do right before we end is we're gonna do another quick round of who's who and where to find you. Mind you, all of your links will be popping up as well when you talk about yourself. So there are links for everybody to click on and go and follow and explore. And we'll start with myself. I'm Erika. I'm the creator of Roll D5. You can find me mostly on Threads these days. That's where I've kind of brought all of my stuff to, and I am very grateful for that space. It has been absolutely wonderful. It's where
We
met
wouldn't have met.
Johnny.
Yeah, we wouldn't have met
Yeah,
unless
we
it was for
wouldn't have
that. So that was
without
great.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's best thing ever.
Mhm.
It's been wonderful. So that's it for me. We're gonna go in another circle around me. Everything has changed. Everything looks different. We're gonna go with M this time.
Hello, my name is Em. I have had a wonderful time on this game tonight. I'm having a hard time even recalling what my normal outro is. So I'll just say that I am a game designer and a TTRPG enthusiast. If you like seeing me play games, you can check me out over on Level 1 Geek. You can find all of our links on our blog where we teach people on how to get into this wonderful, beautiful storytelling hobby where you connect with people around the world. It's been so much fun. But yeah, you don't have to have a nerd degree to get into this game. You can start at level 1 like the rest of us.
I love that. I started at level 1 with M, and she's basically been with me ever since. So thank you for teaching me all that you teach me. And we're gonna go over to Danielle.
So, thank you so much for this fantastic game. It was just so much fun. So much fun, Jonny.
Of course.
And it's always a pleasure to play with y'all. You never know what's gonna come out on the other side of the bag. So thank y'all so much. And I'm gonna make a promise here tonight. only wholesome characters from now on.
Oh, I mean,
I
you're
don't
gonna
believe you.
you're gonna
don't
come
believe
back
it
to
either.
Triangle Agency,
Yeah,
and you're gonna keep the same character.
Are you
So
are you saying-
Cordova,
you're
Are
gonna
you-
have to have an arc there
Are you
too.
saying Cordova is not wholesome?
Well,
I mean, let's rewatch Triangle Agency episode 2, a redacted story.
Only heartfelt, wonderful, beautiful characters who have no trauma or
It's the
anxiety.
post-death clarity.
Yeah.
post-death clarity is so good.
I mean, in French, I'm not gonna go there.
I know
Right
where
on.
you're going. Don't go
Yeah.
there.
Thank you. Yeah, it works.
But you do have to talk about yourself though, Mika, because
Yeah.
you're
And
next.
Danielle, I'm Mexican Mexican TTRPG player. So lucky to be a part of this crew. You can find me at DMTTA on most social networks and here most of the time.
That is true. Well, I don't know who's next. Oh, wait, it's the one who killed most of us. It is Jonny. Thank you so much for
Yeah.
running this for us.
Of course.
Yeah.
Gosh,
talk about
like you-
yourself.
Yeah. No, I just, you're talking about how like great it is on your side, but this was fucking awesome to run. You guys are so good. Like the way that you guys bounce off of each other, this is great. It's so much fun being here.
That's great.
I'm very excited for next week. I have a lot planned for that, obviously. But I'm Jonny. I run Talking XP and I have a Curse of Strahd campaign. So if you like horror, I do that pretty
You do
much.
that.
That's
You do
pretty much
very
what I
well.
do. And then, yeah, so come over to Talking XP, check us out. And if you're trying to learn, I remember this time. If you're trying to learn Candela Obscura, I also have a playlist that you can watch for all of the rules, how to make a character, the lore. All of these are on there. And then once it gets released on November 14th or 15th, I can't remember which, I think it's 15th. But anyways, once it's released then, I'm going to be doing more videos to make sure that everybody has all of the information that they need in a video format, because I know that that's how I learn TTRPGs. So,
Yeah.
anyways,
And
yeah,
I think you may have accidentally found your niche, just saying.
right, I know, yeah. But I think Mika, right? Mika's next now, right?
Mika, did you already? I thought you did yours.
No, I was talking about the French phrase.
Oh,
Right.
Mika,
Yeah.
it's your turn.
No, I mean that could be my outro.
I'm just not going to go there. Peace,
Oh.
everybody.
I was thinking about the French phrase "cut stream."
So
see ya.
Mika is the co-creator of Roll D5, and he does things. Go check him out on Twitter and his other social media via Linktree. You're
That's it.
welcome.
The end. Thank you so much, Johnny.
That's at the end. Yeah, oh, no, of course. Yeah.
Yes, thanks for killing us. It was great.
My
right.
favorite time.
Little peek behind the screen. I messaged them on Discord.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, is everybody okay with a TPK? And they were like, yep. And I was like, great, because
And I
that's what it's going to end with.
I totally forgot about it too until I died, or Evelyn died, and I was like, oh shit.
Which,
Coming for all of us.
by the way, like I didn't expect it to. I didn't expect the first 4 to like stop everybody, which is fine. But I'm so glad it ended this way. It is just, it was better than I could have ever expected. Yeah, it was good. It's good stuff.
Beautiful. Awesome.
Also,
well, thank
I
you
guess-
so much. Oh, no, keep
Sorry,
going. No, please do.
everybody's not like dead because in Candela Obscura, like you get a scar from something like this, but like the fact that Evander had left, then it
Oh,
leads
yeah,
to
I
that.
know
I
for
just want to make sure that
sure.
anybody watching, like, that's what
It's
happened.
Was it actually you?
Yeah, it is actually me where, dude, I always have an actually person in my head because that's anxiety.
I love that show so much. And it's also kind of like a rule in like, especially like Marvel and other things. It's like, if you don't see the body and you don't see them die, they are not dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just a universal rule amongst all stuff. Anyways, we could go on and on for hours, but thank you everybody
yeah.
for sticking with us, and we will have this up here on YouTube here shortly.
Mhm.
So please enjoy, and we'll see you for part 3 November 1st, and that's when our announcement of all of the other games for November comes out. So keep an eye out for that. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Later.